Greetings, everyone. We are live again. Dynasty Mirror Search for Uhuru. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Again, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Go to dynastymirror.com. Again, go to dynastymirror.com. While you're there, please join the email list. Join the mailing list so you guys can stay up to date in regards to what's going on with the brand. Also, guys, we are still raising money. In fact, let me pull up the site real quick. We are still raising money for the Chuck Brammer School. Again, the Chuck Brammer School. We want to build a computer lab. Again, we want to build a computer lab. For the Chuck Brammer School. It's a school that we've supported in the past. So we need all hands. Oh, I put the wrong side in. I'm sorry. We need all hands on deck. Basically, what we want to do, again, we want to build a computer lab. So we want to build the structure. The structure is going to be roughly $5,000 for the structure, but we want to get the structure up and then build from there. So I'm going to share my screen right now. I want you guys to go to africapersonified.org, africapersonified.org. That is our nonprofit site. Again, africapersonified.org. That is our nonprofit site. Go there and you can make your contributions. Again, you can make your contributions there. africapersonified.org. Okay. You're going to scroll down in the campaign that says Bo Sierra Leone. That's me with the students at the Chuck Brammer School. You're going to click on read more so you can learn more about the school. You can learn more about Katie Conte, who is the founder and principal of the Chuck Brammer School in Bo Sierra Leone, school that we have supported in the past. Now we want to build a computer lab. That's what we're going to do. We have raised a little over $1,000. Our magic number is 5,000. That is the magic number, 5,000. And we'll like to have that raised by April, no later than the mid-April. Reason why is because, again, oh, here we go, tour. Sierra Leone, April 21st. We're leaving on the 20th from Washington, D.C. Again, we're leaving on the 20th from Washington, D.C., arriving to Sierra Leone on the 21st, and leaving on the 29th. And we want to, I guess, have a groundbreaking ceremony in Bo at the school while we're there, because we're going to go to Bo. We're going to spend a day at Bo, part of the tour, and we're going to the Chuck Brammer School, and we want to break ground for the new computer lab. So again, we've raised a little, about $1,100 is what we've raised so far. We're about $3,900 off. So guys, we need you to contribute, please. And everything's tax deductible. All right, so click ways to help. Click on donate. It'll bring you to the donate screen. Click on donate today. And again, we are a 501c3 nonprofit, so all the contributions are tax deductible. Everyone are tax deductible. So please go and support. Again, please go and support so we can get this done, everyone. Without further ado, we our brother College Genesis, and I guess it's dark where he's at, so his screen is off. I wanted to meet Wifey because when I was in Liberia, in fact, you wanted me to go. In fact, Wifey graduated last year, right?
Yes, yes.
From
But now I understand being in Liberia how it's hard to meet people. Like I got people that were supposed to show up at the engagement today. Oh well, this, that, and the other thing. Because of traffic and so much going on, people can't meet with each other. They say they're gonna meet you, and I've been trying to meet with people 2 weeks, 3 weeks now. One night I can't meet them, so I got 3 days left. So I just said I'll catch you next time I come to Liberia. I said now I understand.
Colin, you think traffic's bad? You should have been there during, because I guess they probably didn't have a graduation this year because of COVID, but you should have been there last year.
They just had yeah.
You should have been there when I was there in 2019, in December 2019.
Yeah, that's when she graduated.
Right. You should have been there. Like traffic was out. Like traffic was crazy. Like traffic was
Right.
all. Listen, Carla. It
It
was
was ain't worse than
nonstop. It
now,
was
man.
nonstop. It was nonstop traffic from like right outside of downtown. You know, all from like Mamba Point almost
Yeah,
all the way. So I was staying in Painesville, like bumper to bumper traffic, right?
that's a
From
nightmare.
from almost Mamba Point all the way to Painesville when I was there last in December 2019. That's why you're like, hey, Dinus, go to my fiance's graduation. I'm like, dude, and the school is not too far from Painesville, and
Right.
still, my brain was like, the traffic was just too bad.
Yeah, now I understand. I completely understand now. I'm like,
Mhm.
geez, I don't regret nobody saying they can't meet with me because this traffic here is something else, man. But like I was telling people, I said Liberians, despite everything, these people are holding this country together. They're holding a country together. With their nickels and dimes and their hard work, they're holding the republic together. We got to give them credit. For that. There's too many black people sitting in America complaining instead of my girl sitting there laughing. Sitting in
Oh,
America
Carla,
complaining.
man, can we see you? Carla, come on,
Put the
man.
picture. Put the picture up. Put the picture up.
Well, the
That's
picture's up. Well, the picture's already up, but we wanted to see you guys live.
Oh
Prime
man,
time. It's prime
she's
time,
like
Carla.
she's in the shower right now and whatnot. I would love to. I'm gonna do what she did. Look, check this out. Before I leave, Dinus, I'm gonna have her on. Matter of fact, to tell you the truth, we're going to RLK Friday night, right? I told O'Shea I'll do a show with him, and I can do a show with you. We're gonna be at RLK, and
Okay.
it's our last night in Liberia. I'm gonna be in Farmington Hotel on Saturday morning, waiting for my airplane. Saturday all day. So I'm not leaving from there until 4 o'clock in the morning when I board the plane. And so therefore, our last night is Friday night at RLK, RLJ, and we're gonna be there having drinks. Our last night, I'll do a show from there. Okay, and
Mhm.
so I'll make sure she's there and I'm there, and we'll introduce ourselves formally to the public.
Please do. Please do. So,
We'll do.
Carla,
But
so how long if in fact the wife's name is a future wife is Isabella. How long
we'll
have
see.
you and how long have you and Isabella been dating? 'Cause I didn't know about it
Okay.
until last year. You was like, because you were like, yeah, Dinus, go. My fiance is graduating from college. Go and go holler at her for me, Dinus. I said, okay, I'm gonna
Okay.
go, but I couldn't because the traffic was too bad.
Right. We met in 2012. Right. That's when I formed the Association of African Americans from Liberia. Uh, Before I formed the BIL Ning site, that was my main social network, right? And I built that up over the last 9 years, 8, 9 years, right? And so we met in 2012, right? And we were just friends. And she was young, and everything. She was a friend. I thought she was just too young for me, whatever. And to be honest, we both had the same birthday, December 9th. And what happened was on Facebook, her birthday would come up the same day I was, and that's how we really started talking. And she said, "Oh, you took an interest in my country, And I was like, and I was working on my book at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how we really met. She kept following my blog posts about Liberia, and my fights with Liberians and everything like that. She got a kick out of it and stuff like that. So we were just friends online, and we became friends talking, through Messenger, WhatsApp, and everything like that. And we didn't really start talking, getting serious until it was like late 2016, and I was actually dating someone else. And then 2017, then I said, okay, she's old enough now and everything like that, So we started. I said I could see dating. I see she's a real mature for her age and stuff like that. So
How,
we
how,
started
how,
talking.
how old is your fiance?
She's 34,
Okay.
and so I'm 19 years her senior, So but I was
Hey,
like,
Carl, you 53 years old?
yeah, I'm 53. I just turned
Okay.
53,
Okay.
and so therefore I'm 19 years her senior, So I was like, I don't know about dating somebody that young, whatever like that, And then she convinced me that she's a real woman, she's not a girl, and she's over there laughing. And she's there laughing, And she convinced me that she was a woman, and I started learning the differences. I'm not here to throw African American women under the bus and
Oh boy.
everything like.
Oh boy. Here we go. Go ahead.
Uh,
Go
uh,
ahead. Go ahead. Go
oh
ahead.
no, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Uh, you when you in America, right? All I keep hearing, even from afar here, the gender wars that's going on online and stuff like that. Black America's a mess. They're Russell Wilson. They're castigating him because he loved Sierra, and there's another guy, Byrne, I think his name is. It seems like heterosexual relationships in Black America is under assault. You know, if you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you're not with a woman, they think you're gay. If you get with a woman, Michael B. Jordan, whatever like that, they call you a simp. Everything's out of whack in Black America. The culture is gone, you know? And so I'm saying to myself, I started looking, saying to myself, I want to, and I know a lot of people that date foreign women, and you had brothers, Isabella, can you lower that? I'm on the radio. Can you turn that down? Uh, anyway, I started seeing brothers going to Brazil, saying they like that, but I was not really into like going places and just for sex tourism. I'm not into that, you know. I was saying to myself, okay, I want to have a wife, you know. What I don't want to be that guy, you know, sitting around old age, never married or whatever like that. So when I talk about a wife, you know, a wife, a woman, a partner, when I'm serious about having a wife, and I want a black wife, I want an African wife. And so a lot of people will go and they'll say, oh, you know, and I have no problem with guys going to the Philippines, whatever, wherever finds you happy. But for me, if somebody is a nationalist or somebody that's into Africa and stuff like that, my place was to find someone who was of African descent, Black African descent, you know, not racial ambiguous, you know, not none of that. I wanted a real African woman, a black woman, you know, from the motherland. That's what I wanted, right? So I said to myself, that's where I'm gonna look, you know. And so so like I said, well, I heard about good stories about how women treat black men in Brazil, right? I said, wow, women cook for you, they do stuff like that. And when I'm in Liberia, it's the same thing. Women do things for men. They cook for you. They take care of you. You know, they allow you to be a man. You know, over here. You know, and it's in this experience of being in a culture where I'm appreciated as being a man. You know, there's things as a man, I like to do. I like to invite people out and take everybody out for dinner and pay for it, whatnot, and not feel like, okay, well, you're just doing it. No, no, no. That's what a man does. You know, if I'm a man of means, I want to help. You know, and there's a certain way I do. I open a door for women. I'm a gentleman. You know, and it's a place where I could be myself. I could be a gentleman without being called a simp or without being called everything. People may think it's corny, but I'm old fashioned. You know, that's the way I grew up. I watched my father and mother, I watched my grandparents, and I saw that element of black society dying, you know, the family structure, marriage and stuff like that's being trivialized, you know, with the homosexual marriage and all the stuff like that. They're just trying to, you know, make the same thing. At my engagement today, the preacher spoke over us, and his words were really powerful. I got it on video where I'm gonna post it as soon as I get back. And the
Hmm.
words, right, were really powerful. He said, look, you know, these two, you know, your marriage is going to be tested and everything like that. But the union between you, a man and a woman, is before God and everything like that. And I said to myself, I think that's missing in Black America. I think, you know, people realize marriage is a union before God, whether you're Muslim, whatever. You know, how can you bless two men marrying? You know, what I'm saying. So basically, I'm very pro, you know, a family, man, woman, and child. That's my definition of a family, and that's my definition of marriage and everything like that. And so, I didn't see that happening in America anymore. You know, I'm seeing women, at 50 years old, freezing the embryos, talking about, well, no, women in their 30s freezing the embryo, saying, "I'm gonna party until I'm 50." You know, I ain't
Hey,
trying
God, they gonna do what? They gonna do what?
party, you know. And so, and you got women out there talking about 60 is the new 40 and all this stuff like that, you know. Women, and if you listen to my radio show last couple of times, I was talking about, and I was throwing veiled shots at people, but people didn't get it. I said, look, man, let's bring back Gam Gam. What is Gam Gam? You saw that, Diane's right?
Right.
Gam Gam is this, right? Remember Florence Jefferson? Gam Gam, you know? I said, look, I remember my grandma was 46, right? She was going to church and she was cooking grits and she was like that. Now, a 46-year-old woman in America, she got hoochie stuff on and stuff like that. I said, bring back Gam Gam, bring back my grandma. Where's Gamma at, Yeah,
Right.
I'm a kind of old-fashioned type of guy, And so, but like I said, there's a lot of women in America who will listen to the show right now. They're probably getting the hate in the chat room.
Oh yeah.
Kyle, how?
Hey, listen. One in the chat room already said that you want your woman barefoot and pregnant.
Oh yes, 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 yes. Hey, I'm guilty, man. What the hell you think I'm over here for, man? What I'm saying? Of course, man. I'm an old-fashioned type of guy, man. I'm like this, and like I said, my girl, my fiance, she's educated. She got a college degree and everything. She comes to America, she'll be all right. She'll probably work in my insurance firm,
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Okay. So, Colin, my next question: are you going to bring her to America?
Oh yes, that's the whole plan. See, I almost made a big mistake, right?
Go ahead, Colin.
Okay, this is my mistake. We were really gonna get married, right? And then we weren't hearing nothing. We were gonna get married, right? And then people kept saying, "Don't do that," right? It's a big mistake, right? I said, "Why?" I thought people were just hating, right? And then what happened was, my friend Naya was on the phone with one of my members of the BIO. Was on the phone with me at the same. He was on the phone with Isabella, and my boy Mike was on the phone with him, and he just got back from Morocco, and he was like,
Kyle, she said he thinks a woman should be seen and not heard, barefoot and pregnant, submissive and subject to control. Yep, already it's already coming, Kyle. It's already coming.
Yeah, well, bottom line is this, man. To each his own. There's things that I want in life. I never had it like that. And the bottom line is this: I just think that's the way things ought to be. And I'm not saying see her because she tells me what to do and whatnot. I ain't like I'm giving orders and whatnot. She ain't Isabella's no pushover. Please get out of here with that. But she knows her role as a woman. And I like that her role as a woman. I'm a man. She's a woman. She cooks and she does all the stuff around here and everything like that. And the bottom line is my job is to be a provider. And like that. And I like it like that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you being an alpha male. You know what I'm saying? We have to be wage war on the beta males and the simps. You can't have a movement based on simpism. Oh, let's let the women control. Let's let the women decide. Get the hell out of here with that shit, Because when it comes down to it, it's a man that's going to go to war. It's a man that's going to go out there and be the real heroes and everything like that, for the most part. But it's great, that like I said, and these guys were telling me for years, oh man, I go down to the Dominican Republic, oh it's so different, and I think they think what it is a modern. I don't know whether it's just a modern world, but I think it's happening all over the world as women become more independent and stuff like that. The need for marriage and everything ceases. Right, women want their careers. I get that, right? But men, you don't want to be 50 years old in the club.
Right.
You don't know. I mean, I don't care what anybody say. It doesn't look. I don't care what you try to say. It does not look good being a single man in your 50s in the club. I stopped clubbing when I turned 40. I used to work in a club. I used to club every night and stuff like that. But the bottom line is this: if the society still judges you, what you say, society still judges you, and and no matter how much you say, well, MGTOW and all stuff like that, it's a mess. And so my option was either I become a MGTOW and be bitter and stuff like that, or be somebody's sugar daddy, get some young chick and be somebody's sugar daddy, which I easily could do. If I was in America, I could be out in the club dating and stuff like that. I'd be the guy. But
tricking off. Colin, you can be tricking off if you want to.
Yeah. People say that when it really comes down to it, you're tricking, because of all it is, you pay. Because the bottom line is, what's gonna come. Oh, my light bill is due. Oh, my storage. Have you ever paid a storage bill, Dinus?
Storage bill?
Yeah.
No.
My storage bill is 3 months behind. Oh, I had that. Oh, my car note, whatnot. My insurance. So the bottom line.
You saying these are girls at the club that once you start
Yeah.
talking,
You know what I'm saying? After you give them like a month, and then it comes in.
Oh, it's in a month, yeah, a month,
About a month. about a month, and I got tired. I mean, it
And,
wasn't
and
that.
you know how it comes kind of like in my experience, like it'll come like after you smash, then the
Yeah.
like demands like, oh, I gotta pay, I need to pay this, I need to pay that. Oh, can you help me with no,
Uh, they'll say,
no.
oh, they'll be like, oh man, they'll say so. Oh yeah, my other guy, he used to pay this bill. I'm like, what are you trying to say? And all stuff like that. So the bottom line is, you get tired of it. And I had a good chance for the last years or whatnot, concentrate on building my business. And so I had a chance to build my business. Now my business is taking off. I can sit there and say, okay, now I can work on my relationship and everything. But going out there, running around, running the clubs and doing this and that and everything. And I'm just like, every time I see a female, right? Meet a female, it's professional. I'm like, okay, I know what you're about. I know, the bottom. No, we're not going to get together. We're not going to like that because I know what it is. No, I don't. Let me give you an example, Dinosaur. Right? This is how bold these females are, particularly in Virginia Beach, right? No lie. Right? This was about 2 months ago. I'm at a gas station, right?
Right.
And a gam comes up, right?
Uh-huh.
And she comes up. She must have been like way older than me. She's like early 60s or whatever, like that. Getting ready to collect Medicare. Yep. She's sitting there. I mean, but she like she could have been good back in her days and everything, right? And she's sitting there like, well, looking at me like, like, oh, like I'm gonna talk. I'm like looking at her like, I felt like saying, look, Gam, come here for a second. No, I'm not gonna take you and your great grandkids to Chuck E. Cheese. That's not my thing. I know you're a great grandmother. You know, the
Hey,
best
Kyler, like
food.
with me, like a date, we're going to. I got a spot called Bamba Cafe. I got a couple African food restaurants. You go in there, you get $10. Like I'm not spending more than $10 to $12 on another plate. Like
Yeah.
at the most, I'm not spending more than 20,
Or
twenty five
here's how
dollars
much.
on a date. No, we go to Bamba.
Okay.
We'll go to an African restaurant. We'll go to a place I eat at called Thumbs
Oh,
Up.
what
We
about
go there.
what about when you go to someplace
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
Chili's?
But Colin, we're not, Roof Chris or
Oh yeah,
STK.
yeah.
No,
Red
no,
Lobster.
meat,
And,
no red,
and,
none of that, none of that. We're going to
and checks out.
Bamba Cafe. You get you the $8 plate and
Yeah,
a bottle of BSAP or
yeah,
ginger juice. That's like 10. That's like $11, and
yeah.
that's it. Or we're going to my spot called Thumbs Up. And then you get you some pancakes, $10. Eggs, scrambled eggs, hard or soft, omelet maybe, some pancakes, $10, and that's it. But STK and red light, no. What do I look like? What do
Yeah,
I
check this
look
out.
like? Yeah, like I said,
Now,
but look, Kyle, like I said, between me and my date, no more than $25. If even that,
yeah,
no more, no more.
yeah. Check this out. Let
Because
me
because
tell
the
you a
thing and the
story.
portions are so big, especially at the after restaurants. See, I can finish their plate too. So yeah,
Yeah,
nah,
yeah.
nah, 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 nah. I'm dead.
Yeah,
I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious.
yeah.
I don't play no
Check
game.
this,
Nah, nah.
check this
I'm
out.
dead serious.
Just like every go when you go to the bathroom, next thing you know, there's a cocktail sitting on the table. Where does this
Yeah,
come
yeah,
from?
yeah.
Oh,
None of that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was thirsty. Nah, nah. See where I'm going.
yeah,
No alcohol is being served. Like I said, now I go to the bathroom and I see some BSAP or some ginger juice on the table or a bottle of water. Okay, that's fine. But nah, it ain't no cosmopolitan. No sex on the beach.
oh Lord,
No Merlot. Nah, no, not at all.
yeah.
No.
There's a picture going around the internet, right? Where the dude, some clown, is like the girl's taking pictures of the food, right? And the dude dipped his head on the camera, and where she's taking a picture of everything but him on the date and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah, not that. You would not listen. You would not make Dynasty Mir a meme on a date. Absolutely not.
So dating in America has become all, and then some females will admit it, like, oh, I'm just trying to see how many free meals I can get. You ain't getting no free meal off of collar. Hell no. I said no. You know what I'm saying? And the last movie I went to before COVID was Will Smith and what did that? Remember that Martin Lawrence Bad Boys for Life, right? And that was like a year ago, right? That was right before COVID hit, right? Anyway, the last time I've been to the movies, right? Anyway, I was in there. I was there by myself, right? And I seen all these young couples in there. I think it was like Valentine's Day too. And it was like, oh man, everybody's all booed up. I'm like, oh, look at all these couples that are all booed up, right? But I get this. I went in there. I had a nice Cinema Cafe. I had a nice Philly cheesesteak, some wings, fries, iced tea, and a big pitcher of beer and popcorn, right? I had it all to myself, right? Now, if I was with my ex-girl, right, at the time, right, the bill would have been like $70. I walked out with $35. And I said to myself, but I enjoyed myself. I sat there, my feet up right there at my table, right? And I shared the table with a couple in front of me, young guy, he old, like that. I'm sitting there saying to myself, man, I said, I can get used to this single life, man, because I'm saving money, you know? And so I'm like, okay, hey, I'm sitting there enjoying myself and everything like that, I'm enjoying myself because I ain't worried about somebody else and all this kind of stuff like that, And so, like I said, and also let me tell you something: money can't buy you love.
Right.
Money can't buy you
Right.
love. No matter how much you spend on a date, whatever like that, no matter you do, if she don't love you, she don't love you. As simple as that. And I'm blessed to find true love right here because I know this woman right here, Isabella, loves me. And so
Guys,
I'm,
hit
I'm
that hit that like button again. Please hit the like button again. Please hit that like button. Colin, you want to take some callers? Like, you want to take some
yeah,
callers?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's take some calls.
All right, if you guys want to call in and just be mad because Colin's happy and just be mad at
Yeah,
Colin for being happy.
I
Go
would
ahead.
love, I would love for that.
Go
See,
ahead.
jealousy,
There's some people in the chat room that's mad because you happy.
of course,
So
man.
go ahead and go ahead and call in and just express
Oh,
why you are
I
mad
can't wait.
at Kala for getting engaged. You go ahead and call in
Okay.
and explain why you're mad at Kala for getting engaged. Go ahead.
And I got engaged on the African continent, right there on the beach. I got to show you some video. I got some videos dying. Oh, you saw that one video, right? That was at night after everybody left.
Yeah. We'll play the video.
That was after everybody
After
left.
we get the call in, we'll play the video. Guys,
Yeah, after everybody
the
left.
picture of her is in the on the thumbnail. But what we'll do, we'll play the video after we get a couple calls. We'll play the video.
Okay. So I have plenty of videos and everything. As soon as I get back to the U.S. with better uploads and everything like that, because I'm on data. Let me tell you something about how it works out here, right? You have a data card you buy, right, for Wi-Fi and stuff like that, right? You have guys on the street corners with a bullhorn, right? $5 data, 24 hours a day. A bullhorn, $5. You can buy data scratch off cards and stuff like that and get your data when I like I said, this place is so they found a way how to distribute data with people where young guys, young vendors sell data cards along with whatever they're selling on the street. $5 data, $5 data, Low Star, Orange, $5 data. You hear that all
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Nicole, call in. The email's in the chat room, Nicole. And Nicole, see, a person like you, Nicole, I want you to turn on your camera as well. So, Nicole, you're more than welcome to call in and express how this is one-sided. So, Kyla, hold on, stop the show. Kyla, is your fiance, is Isabella happy?
She's very happy.
So I don't understand how this is one-sided. So, Nicole, go ahead. Call in, email me. The link's in the chat room. The email's in the chat room. I will send you the link. Turn on your camera and please explain. Please speak for Kyla's wife. Okay, go ahead and speak for Kyla's wife. All right, go ahead.
She's very, very happy. We're a very happy couple and everything like that. I got to meet her brothers today. I got the big brother treatment today because I met her big brothers and whatnot. And I just assured them that I'm taking care of their little sister. She's a baby girl. And so, bottom line, I'm taking care of. So I'm taking Liberia's queen. Isabella's a queen in Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
And so you got this African American guy because most of them like they thought I was a Liberian who's been in America a long time. I said no, I'm African American. Oh, okay. They said you came all the way from the States. I said yeah. I said wow, you must really love her. I said of course. And so I said. It's a long time coming, and I'm like I said, when you find the right person and everything like that, distance don't matter. Distance don't matter. There's no way in the world I'll ever find somebody this type of love in the United States. I gave it 50 years of my life, man. No, I couldn't do it. And I'm waiting and waiting. I said to myself, I'll die an old man, and I don't want to be that old guy in the friggin' club or that old guy on the beach in friggin' Brazil looking at young. I don't want to be that, I want to build a family, And the bottom line, if you have no interest in a family, just keep doing what you're doing. Because right now, it just looks really ridiculous when you see a lot of young guys, a lot of black men in America who don't have kids, never married and stuff like that. A lot of women, in America. The number of black women in America who don't bear children, who don't have husbands and stuff like that. It's a miserable life, and that's what you have running the blacks political miserable black people. Who don't have families, who don't have husbands. Like, you ever notice that, Dinus? You know,
Yeah.
they're angry. We got to get rid of the orange man. You know, they're miserable people and whatnot because they don't find love and whatnot. And I urge anybody look out of the confines of America and see what you can find. I did, and it worked. It worked.
Here we go. Build a family. He is too old. I mean, Sandy, my father was 50. Let's see. My father was 50, about college age when he had me.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. So people like, okay, it happens. What happens? Also, I see a lot of guys here, older guys here who have wives and everything like that. They spent the whole life. Maybe it's their second marriage and stuff. And next thing you know, they're married and whatnot. And they're trying to build a family. And stuff like that. So it's real. It's real. And like I said, this is one country. There's many countries out there. You just never know where. And also, I'm getting the impression that some of these guys in America, brothers, really don't like women. They don't like women. They're just like, oh, I want to smash it. But no, a woman's more than just sex and stuff like that. You're asking for your other half to complete. Somebody's supposed to complete you. So it's a real blessing. Real blessing. I put a lot of effort and discipline into building this relationship and making it work. And I came over here, and like I said, and I'm here. Like I said, I hear a lot of good stories of people in Africa, but I got no complaints since I've been here. Got 3 more days left, and anything can happen. But so far, in the last 3 days that I'm here, this has been a really good experience. I'm loving the people, the culture, the vibe, everything about this country, and this place I love.
What So Colin, now, okay, so you're gonna bring your wife to America. You don't feel like you heard the stories, and a lot of people will advise against that, but you're
Yeah.
going to.
Well, see, the whole thing is a lot of people, when they do that, right? Those are the type of people who they're trying to do what it is this. They want to bring African women over here to be an Americanized hoochie and stuff like that. But when you're coming over here and you're trying to build the thing, it all depends on what you want, and what she wants. If she wants to build a relationship with you, a family with you, then you're good. But if you pick the wrong woman and stuff like that, so they get in America, it's not going to work. Because yeah, there is a temptation there. But what I'm getting at, because I look at some of the people that went over to America and stuff like that, and they were fine. So I had to look at that too. I said, well, how did
Right.
her aunt do? And all the people that she has in America, she has a lot of family in America.
Hmm.
She has a lot of family in America, and they're married, they're family, kids, they're in college, they're educated and stuff like that. You know, and so therefore, you know, we don't have I don't have to worry about that.
Mm. Mm. Guys, hit that like button again. Please hit that like button again. Hit that like button. Sandy Kelly, we're gonna keep it positive today, man. Kyler, we're gonna keep
Oh,
it positive today.
she's after me. She
Yeah,
has
we're
a
gonna keep
heart.
it positive,
She has a
man.
heart on for me.
We're gonna keep it positive. So, shout out to our sister Monifa in the chat room. Shout out to Sister Monifa. I will see Sister Monifa in Sierra Leone. Guys, with that being said, tour coming up April 20th to the 29th. We're leaving out of Washington, D.C. We are headed to Sierra Leone. come and join us again. Come and join us. And yes, I'm very familiar with the brother Native Born. And guys, if you'd like to call in, emails in the chat room, Uhuru at searchforuhuru.com, Uhuru at searchforuhuru.com. Go ahead and call in. Shout out to Sister Monifa in the chat room. Send me email and I will forward you. The link. So Kyle, congratulations, man. Congratulations. Congrats on that.
Thank you.
We are proud of you, brother.
Yep.
You are officially engaged. And you know what? I'm gonna check out your I'm gonna check out your Facebook real quick. Because there were certain people on Facebook who were criticizing you for not being married yet. Now you're engaged. I hope they're on there congratulating you.
All right, yeah. They always say that, oh, Kyle's not married, whatever, you know what I'm saying, and so I wasn't doing it for them, but I'm saying, like I said, it's in all due season, I wasn't going to go get the wrong person just to say I'm married, I had to wait to the right thing, and I had to endure that criticism, because I said to myself, I said the man's not complete until he's married. Then he's screwed. No, I'm just kidding. but I this is as a person in my position, head of an organization and stuff like that. That's the one thing that bothered me is the fact that how can I talk about nation building and stuff like that?
Right. Not be married.
Not be married. And so my whole thing is, but the type of women I always came across in America, I can't have a conversation about the stuff that I talk about. They want to talk about what's that scandal? They want to talk about Beyonce, and they want to talk about all this stuff like this, and it's hard to find the Afro. So I want to know what I'm saying is this: why you ever notice that, Dinus? And I know I'm taking shots at nobody. All the Afrocentric sisters, right? Why are they all single? Hold
on. I don't want to turn this to a gender battle, but I would rather have a sister call in and answer that. Like we're not in a position to answer that.
Right.
It's not necessarily true either, but I would like for a sister to call in and address that. That's fair because I don't want to turn this into. I would prefer a sister to call in and address that. That would be only right. That would be only fair.
My argument, my point was that there's a lot of sisters that look like the Afrocentric stuff like that, and they talk real good about the black man. But I'm like, I get that, right? But where's your black man? I'm saying, also, where's your black man? Are we all that bad? Are we that bad? That's what gets really disheartening. It's like, dang, when the Afrocentric sisters, pro-black sisters are single, and they can't find nobody and stuff like that, and nobody's good enough and everything. It's like, damn, And so it is what it is. It is what it is. So
all right. So guys, if you want to call in and get emails in the chat room, email is in the chat room of Uhuru at searchforuhuru.com. Send me an email and I will forward you the link. Go ahead and call in. But brother, Black Beauty says they usually marry out. No, hold on, stop. Hold on. I need people to call in and I want the sister to call in and explain that. I just, again, that's only right, that's only fair because this is not a relationship show. This is really not a relationship page. And I see a lot of pages where men critique women, women critique men, and then sometimes the opposite sex or whatever doesn't have the opportunity to explain what's going on, explain why. So I would like for sisters, if you want to call in and address what Colin said, you're more than welcome to call in. If not, then we'll keep
brothers too. Because I said to myself, I was there. What are you searching for in these clubs? What are you searching for?
Hey, Colin, you went real low, Colin. You went real low.
Oh, sorry. I said, what are you searching for on these dating app sites? What are you searching for on these stuff like that? These relationship groups and everything like that. What are you searching for? You know, when are you going to find your peace and your happiness? Because like don't do like I did. Wait until all these years when I was thinking, Queen Hepzibah is going to knock on your door, or you're going to meet her and stuff like that. You got to get out there and find. And me, I had to step out of the American culture because American culture is not going to. American culture is anti-family, particularly anti-black family. So a lot of people say, "Oh, Carl, you're bashing black." I'm just telling you. I wish a lot of our sisters would listen to this. Listen to this, and listen to this carefully. If you're over the age of 30, don't let Oprah Winfrey don't tell you all. She's been a bad role model. It's not a good look. Women in their 30s, and I see the women over here. Young women in their 20s and 30s, married and stuff like that, raising kids and family and stuff like. Young men, I'm seeing young people. Let me tell you something, Diane. Let me say something. And I had a conversation the other day. I'm meeting young Liberian men running businesses, right? And professional. Just like you would have somebody that run a department store, hardware store, or something like that. Guys at 28, 29. Oh, I got my wife and kids. I said to myself, geez, I thought that died with my father's kid. Young men in their early 30s with families, running businesses, into politics, know what's going on in the country and everything. It's like the reason why that happens over here is because they don't have white people taking care of them. They have to run the businesses. They have to run the infrastructure of this country, and they have to feed their children, right? So people mature faster over here, you know. And so I said to myself, I said to myself, so in America, it's like a 21-year-old or living with their parents at home, and I don't know what I want to do with my life and whatnot, make stuff like that. I get that. We're America, we're a rich country, we're spoiled and everything like that, but it's out of control now. Everybody's entitled to something. Everybody feels no one knows their place. You know, Look, you're not gonna get Michael B. Jordan. With $10 million in the bank, he's not gonna come. He's not gonna sweep you off your feet. That guy that's a garbage man who's going to school to improve himself. Give that guy a shot. You know, you guys could build a life together and be happy. You know, look for what's in a man's heart, what he can do for you. What he can do. He can make you happy. He can make you fulfillment. A woman. Find. It's like our values and everything are so screwed up in America. And so the fact that we don't love ourselves in America, and so how can you, if you don't love yourself, then you're not going to want to procreate with somebody that looks like you and are like you. And I've noticed that since I've been over here. I said the only place I see gender wars is in American culture.
It's only in America. Only in
It's
America.
only in America.
And you know what? To be specific, only in Black America.
It's only in Black America. You know, it's only in Black America. And when people say they always, and white people think they're so slick. Every time they want to start gender conversations, everything, they always pull a Black woman out. You ever notice that?
Right.
They always pull out Oprah and all these other people as symbol of feminism. All the symbols of feminism, white women put up there because they go and marry their blonde, blue-eyed brads and whatnot, and have those blonde, blue-eyed children. While they got Black women out there throwing their communities under the bus and everything, and talking about we gender equality and all stuff like that. Why don't say white women out there? Okay, by the time white woman hits 32, they know I got 8 years. I hit 40. I'm gonna marry that Brad, whatever like that. We're gonna have our blonde children, and the bottom line is the white race is gonna continue. And that's what it is. We have to do the same thing. Look, bottom line is this. We want to survive. Black love has to survive.
Hey, so Colin, I'm not gonna even. I'm gonna ignore the negativity in the chat room. Go ahead, crack this, Colin. Love life. Go ahead, bro. Turn off your unmute your mic.
Hey, how you doing, Dinus? How you doing?
Good.
I just wanted to say congratulations, Kala. Congratulations,
Thank
brother.
you, brother.
I'm actually happy for you. I understand a lot of people aren't really too happy about whatever, you're going to get that negativity. But at the same time, I'm happy for you, brother. And I'm glad you did what you had to do to get your love life successful, and have a successful love life. I've been married twice, brother, and I'm 28. Okay. I
Wow.
got married at 8. Yeah, I got married at 18. Right. I'm in California. I got married at 18, and then I got married again later on. So and divorced, and all that.
Not to be finish your statement, but not to be nosy. Like what caused the divorces? But finish your statement.
Oh, okay. Really, yeah. I just yeah. So I've been through the whole ringer, I guess you can say, with the relationship stuff. The divorces were just irreconcilable differences between me and my other half of my partner, and a lot of times I think it was the first marriage was I was too young. I was just simply too young. You know how you're immature. You haven't grown and developed enough as a man, and she hasn't developed enough as a woman to actually bring that type of real relationship aspect to the table. So we weren't able to work it out.
Mm-hmm.
And the second time, it was basically some of the same things. It wasn't nothing that really had to do with I guess you can say something real too like personal. I guess it was just more so we had to part ways because it was the best thing we could have did for one another. You know what I mean? So I understand everybody has their own issues on why they get divorced or break up or split up, but with
Right.
me, it was just irreconcilable differences, and it was better for us to part ways instead of having a destructive relationship. I noticed that a lot of us as young black men and just black African American, whatever you want to call it, Africans in general, we tend to stay in these destructive relationships instead of walking away.
Right.
You know what I mean? And trying to like.
Hey, bro, let me ask you this: when you got divorced the 2 times, who initiated the divorces?
Oh, who initiated the divorces? The first time I initiated the divorce because I was going through a lot of emotional, I guess you can say, abuse. She was verbally abusive, emotional abusive. So I couldn't really take it anymore, and then I initiated the divorce and had to walk away.
Mm-hmm. And the second
Yeah.
time,
So
and the second time,
the second time it was her. Yeah, the second time it was her. I was still too emotionally devastated and traumatized from the first relationship, bringing that old baggage into another one. You know what I'm saying,
right.
Dynas?
Right,
And then
right.
you know how we do that. We don't really heal. We just kind of cover things up, so to speak. And then brought it into the relationship, and then it was just too much emotionally, so she ended up walking away too. So I get how hard it
Let me
can
ask you this:
be.
when you say you brought the baggage into the second marriage, like how did that? Like what baggage? Like how did that? What's the word I want to use? How did that show? Or what's the word to use? How did when you say baggage, like
Oh well. I mean, because the first marriage relationship was emotionally abusive, right? So
mm-hmm,
by being emotionally abusive, I guess it kind of severed the tie that I had with emotions and my relationships, the concept of relationship. So
mm-hmm,
therefore, when I actually went into the relationship, then I brought that hurt and pain. So everything was an emotional problem, I guess, or emotional explosion, as far as in it, not as far as like anger or madness, but more of just hurt and pain and the stuff we go through when we come through heartache and stuff. You know what I mean?
yeah. Somebody said, "Don't be shy,
Right.
Dennis. Talk about yourself." I talk about myself all the time on this platform. What do you guys want to know? Like I talk
Yeah,
about
Dynas, I
myself.
mean,
Yeah, I talk
Dynas,
about myself
bro,
all
come
the
on,
time.
bro. Dynas, come on, bro. You can't even listen to these guys, man. I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
you,
yeah,
brother.
yeah.
That's why I had to
I
call in, bro.
talk about
Like
myself
you
all the
be
time,
on,
bro.
bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm
yeah.
saying, bro. Hey, come on, man. I watch you all the time, bro. You always talking about you, and you have given me so much inspiration, bro. You
Yeah.
literally laid your whole life out like a book, dude. You
Right.
feel what I'm saying? So it's like, man, come on, man. They can't even say
Yeah,
that. But
I talk
yeah,
about myself all the time.
it's
Yeah.
just it's just the drama that we have here. You know what I mean? And
Uh,
that's what people like. People like to attack one another, especially when people are doing good, brother. You know
mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like Kala's doing good, brother. You're doing good, brother. You feel me? And these people, they wanna attack you and jump on platforms and stuff like that and try to act like the brother's demeaning women and stuff like that. I understand his concept and perception where he's coming from when he's talking about the African American mindset of women. I understand that, because I think all of us as African American men have run into certain things that we don't like about African American women. You know what I mean? And the devastation that certain things have caused on the mindset when it comes to us having relationships with them. So if this brother wanted to explore something else for the betterment of him, then I mean, come on, you got to big up that.
Yes, sir. Kyle, you want to add to that?
Yeah, this relationship, this right here has probably saved my life.
There
Because
you
I was
go.
in
See,
it.
that's what I'm saying. See,
Hey,
look at that, man.
Colin, you said that a couple times now since you've been to Africa, your relationship, like, and Colin, not to get nosy, like, what is there, like, what were we not privy to in regards to your life that Africa saved it?
Well, let me say this, right. It's very telling, right? In America, right? Like I said, it's like no matter what you do, right? What you do, right? And with white people, black people, and everything, I could wear a suit and tie on, and people look at you like and dismiss you. No matter how. And to me, I'm like this. You can see a white guy; he don't have to be half as successful as I am, whatever like that. And the same black women. Let me before I start getting angry.
Colin, listen, Colin, I know where you're going, and I experienced that in LA. Like I experienced that in LA. I know exactly where you're going, and I experienced that in LA. Like I was suit and tie, six figures, but it wasn't enough for some odd reason. I know exactly.
It's one thing like you expect that from other races, right?
Right.
But when your own women are like this, like take whatever you got, you're a good man, successful businessman, everything, and their whole thing is, well, I could do the same thing. I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, you'll see that same woman, and I see it all the time, right? That's why I was counting down the day I went to Liberia. You'll see them, especially I go into 7-Eleven late at night. There'll be some white guy. I know he's a fucking racist, whatever. I don't know, wherever like that. White guy,
Right.
with a freaking fine ass black woman, walking in and they're getting late night Trojans or I don't know, whatever,
Right.
I'm just saying, at the store. And I got to sit there and I'm like seething and whatnot with anger, like, what is going on? And I'm saying to myself, I'm sitting there, what am I doing wrong and whatnot? And then the world tells you that there's something wrong with you if you feel a certain type of way. When and I'm gonna tell you something, and I know you cannot just go. They'll say, "Well, get yourself a white woman." No, I can get a white woman, because it's dangerous.
And Colin, same thing. But I don't want. I don't. I
You
don't.
don't want.
I
You
didn't
don't
want
want that, right?
Yeah,
You
I
don't want
don't.
that.
It just
Why
is
would I
not.
want to
It's just
subject
not the same.
myself?
I could have got Latina Esmeralda,
Of
Becky from
course,
Orange County.
right.
Chong
Me
Lee from
Chow,
Koreatown.
Su Chin.
Miss Filipina. I could have got. But I just nah.
And the bottom line, it's natural for black men to be attracted to and say, "I want to." You want that peace, right? And I always said, why don't black women just give us that peace? Why do they push us out there to be with other women? It's like as soon as they start looking good, black women go in the gym. As soon as they find themselves attracted to white men, attracted to them, it's over. It's like white men are still controlling the narrative. As soon as a black woman gets like, look what they're pushing on the television commercials. You cannot,
Interracial dating everywhere.
but it's always a black woman looking in the eyes of a white man like, oh, I found my
But
dream man.
why do you
You
think
know,
that is, Dinus?
I think it's the narrative that they're pushing. So this started, and so I moved to LA. Like I wanted to model and I wanted to be, I wanted to act, and I started to
Right.
notice like what they were doing. They started doing it. See, it was crazy back in like 2006, 2000 and to like 2010 when you started to notice the agenda that's a feminizing black men, and then so we're feminine now, right?
Right, right. I see that. I see that.
We're,
I know. We
we're,
can't be masculine. We can't be
right,
strong.
exactly.
We can't be anything. Yeah, I know. I know.
Right. But then when we're masculine is we're attacking
Now
other
we're
black,
dangerous. Yeah,
we're
now we're
attacking other
dangerous.
black
And now,
men.
yeah.
We're
Mm-hmm.
shooting other black men.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they did that, but then so the media puts this out, and then I guess then they put out the okay, black women, sisters, your black men are effeminate or they're killing each other. Here goes Brad from Orange County. So now they're
Right.
coming with the Brad from Orange County. That's why you notice in all the movies and
Right.
commercials, it's like Colin said, it's black women, white men, like perfect family, stable family.
Right.
yeah.
And brothers
Right. Okay.
are tattoos all over their face, shooting each other.
Right.
So
Right. But see, right.
it started when I was that's why I quit that industry and went back to corporate America because I started noticing it in 07, 08. But then when I was bringing up, it's like, oh, you conspiracy theories, you're doing this, that, and the other. Now it's
Yeah.
full, it's out there now. Like it's no,
Yeah, it's out there. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But see,
And
one thing I wanted to hit on, Dinus, what do you think about the women as well as the men, us not having the right tools to be able to work with one another in relationships given to us from our parents, right? Because of the generational destruction that has been caused in America to Black families. And what about us having like sort of it's a self-hatred, so to speak. I guess the women have it towards the men, maybe because their fathers wasn't there or weren't there, and maybe they harbor some type of resentment, and maybe the men have women issues and they harbor some type of resentment with the women, so therefore we clash on certain levels.
I just think I think a kid. Let me ask you this, brother. Before you got married both times, did you get? And I'm not answering the question with a question, but did you did you go through counseling at all?
No.
That's the problem. I think one thing people, brothers and sisters need, everyone, they need some type of counseling. Like we need we need therapy.
But why do you think that is what I'm saying? I have a question for you.
We've gone through so much trauma, and we haven't gotten the right therapy. And then we bring that, like you said, with you and your first wife, you didn't carry that trauma and bring it to another relationship. Like we need therapy. I'm telling you, we need therapy. Go ahead.
Okay. And you're right. And I believe in the therapy and counseling and on all of that, right? But I know that like in our like America, here in America, whatever, it's hard to find somebody like these doctors ain't trying to do nothing for you, bro. You know what I mean? They're not trying to really. I don't believe they are.
Right. But there's some who are. I went to one back in LA, and all she would do was just repeat what I would say. And it was weird.
Right.
I say something, she just repeat it. Okay, you do this, that, another. Yeah, I did it. Okay, you did it, and it was pointless. But then there are some who are sincere and don't look at it as a job, right?
Right.
Because majority of them, it's just a job. You know, they're on the clock. Okay, yeah, you got this problem. Okay, this problem, this problem. Okay, here goes some medicine. Or who are this, that, and other. Okay, come see me in 2 weeks. But you know, there are some who are really sincere, and it's just you have to find and identify the ones who are sincere and who really care.
Right. And see, what about like, okay, like how you're doing? You're doing like you're leading, so you're on a mentorship sort of level. You know what I'm saying? And what about brothers like you who have actually developed the skills to work within themselves and have worked on themselves, reaching back out to brothers that haven't worked on themselves to provide that type of counseling for them, so that way they have more of a safety net within that arena instead of going into another arena? What do you think about that?
I would say this: the door is open. Like guys, like, and put it like this, man. If you guys are going through anything, men and women,
right?
If you're going through anything, man, and this is like an emergency, like Dynas, man, bro, I really need to talk, man. Send me an email, please. Send me an email. And I'm not saying I have all the answers, and I'm not one of these people who pretend to have all the answers, but I could direct you to someone who can help, whatever it is. But by all means, if you're watching this and if you're going through something, if you need somebody to talk to, or just you need something, just send me an email anytime, and I promise you, I might not be able to give you a solution, but I could try my hardest to put you in contact with somebody. And listen, I have an open door. And also too, like, it's discreet. Like I won't, you know, I'm not, you guys notice I stay away from the drama. So if you know, it's Vegas rules. So if you, again, just need someone to talk to, if you're going through something, if you need help, if you have questions, again, if I don't have the answer, I don't have all the answers, but I could put you into touch with somebody that might have an answer for you that I trust. That I say, you know what, this person you're talking to, I trust. It's somebody who I will confide in. There we go. Because you know, I have. They're not professional counselors as far as being doctors, but I have people who I talk to almost every other day when I have a problem, you know, and seek counsel from. I have plenty of people I seek counsel for. In fact, a couple of them in the chat room. I'm not going to say their name. But I have a couple of people that been on the phone with me for hours. Like, man, this is what I'm going through. I need help, man. Talk to me. I need to do this, that, other. So again, I have people who, again, if you need counsel, I could put you in touch with who can help, you know, calm you down, settle you down, and put you in a better place. Because I could pick up a phone call and I'll be in a better place in about an hour. So yeah, absolutely.
I think that's the problem, Dynas, with a lot of the people's responses, like you see in the chat. I think a lot of people, they're angry because they haven't dealt with their own problems, Dynas. and they haven't found somebody or whatever that they can talk to about whatever issues that they're holding on to. So when they see other people like colleagues doing this thing or whatever, they feel the need to lash out. And it's like, why are you lashing out at this brother for doing this? But it's because they're hurt, Dynas. They're hurt. Right. They are. You know what I mean? Right. So they're going through whatever go there. So I think that that's a big thing that affects our community when it comes to the relationships and everything. And us as Black men, even finding strong Black women to be with, because a lot of them are hurt and they're carrying those things. You know what I mean? They haven't sought counsel like you was talking about.
Yeah, and you know, and I'm not perfect. I've hurt people, you know, and I've made sure I've apologized. You know, trust me, I have no problem apologizing. You know, a sincere apology. I've hurt people as well. But again, I just think a lot of us are just afraid or don't know who to talk to. And like me, right. If I'm going through this, I know exactly who to call. If I'm going through that, I know exactly who to call.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
A lot of people don't have that Rolodex. You know, I have it, so I'm on the phone.
But see, our community too has shunned that. You know what I mean? They have some of the parts of our community have shunned being open and honest about just your emotions and what you're feeling and things like that. You know what I mean? So people don't really, I don't think people really reach out and try to speak about those things, because within our community, we've kind of gotten away from the communication of those things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, you know, like I said, it's just anything, guys. Like if you're on the ledge, like before you step off or jump off that ledge, shoot me an email. Like I check my email, and if it's like 911, Dynas, look, please, I need help. Call me. I will call you, not from a burner phone. I will call you from my cell phone number. You know, and let's see what we could do. You know. So yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to give my 2 cents, Dynas, man. I appreciate everything. You know what I mean? I love your show and everything, and I hope that my 2 cents help. Colin, man, stay up, man. I hope you
thank you, brother. Thank you for your kind. Thank you for your kind
words. Yes,
and
I appreciate everything. Thank you, and I appreciate everything you guys have been doing for the community too, as well, brothers.
I appreciate it, brother, for sure.
Thank you.
So I would tell anybody, you know, like I said, this really saved my, because I was really in a really depressed state of mind. You know,
I've been there, Colin. Like, trust me, I've been there. And then the thing is, like, a lot of people will see the suit and tie, you know, the Windsor knot, the Porsche, but I've been there, and you're like, look, you know, am I doing something wrong? But you know, I would say that's why my shirts, Africa is my therapy, just like you, Colin. When I went to Africa in 2011, I was like, oh my God, this, you know.
In this country, I said to myself when the first 2 days I was here, I said, this land I'm a king. But I know now that I say, this land I'm a human. You know, I got to finally see myself when I'm here as a human being, that I got my faults, I have my fears, and it's all right to say I don't know, or just sit back. I did a lot of listening when I'm here, Dynas, you know. People tell me their stories and stuff like that. You know, even though I know a lot about Liberia, there's a lot I don't know, you know. So I listened to a lot of people here. I listened to their stories. I really took note of people and stuff like that. And I said to myself, I'm gonna carry these memories with me for the rest of my life. And when as I'm building with this country and connecting with this country, I want to realize that, you know, it's not. See, people think, oh, Africa. No, this is an excellent place for you to come and just connect with your humanity, because no one's judging you. You know, no one's judging you by how much money you have. No one's judging you by what kind of suit you have on, or whatever you look like and everything. People just accept you as just a person, you know. And then the fact that we could put a Pan-African thing on it, that's just even more makes it better. But for the first time in my life, I felt like I'm a human being, you know. I'm a human being. I'm a person, you know, and stuff like that. So I can't deal with. I can't control what goes on in America. America says that I'm nothing, you know. America says that I'm a problem, you know. America wants us to be beaten, feminized. They want our women to look down on us like we're nothing, you know, and look and stuff like that. And that's the culture, and that's real. First, I was trying to ignore it as just my imagination. No, there's a real concerted effort to break the spirit of the Black man in America. It's psychological warfare.
Oh man.
You know, I always believed that, right? But it wasn't until I came here and realized, yeah, it's real. You know, because all you see over here is black love. You know, people just normal do normal things that people tell me that in America, oh, that can't happen. You know, seeing young guys and whatnot with out on a date with their women. You know, out doing their thing and everything, and living their life and everything. You know, and I'm able to come here and not be judged and stuff like that. And I'm saying to myself, I said to myself, this is what I'm looking for my whole life, you know, and you know, just living in America and everything like that. I just knew there was no prospects of me finding the type of woman I wanted there, stuff like that, because of the culture. The culture is like this. The worst thing we could have ever did. I don't know if we had a choice or not. Was integration? They didn't give us a real choice with integration.
Right.
You know, they said, well, either you integrate or just live in the ghetto. They called our communities ghettos. You know, even though we tried our best to build decent neighborhoods and everything, you know, our grandparents held these neighborhoods down. We didn't want anything to do with them. So we sent our kids, boys and girls with white kids and everything. The black girls will say, well, I don't feel pretty, you know, and stuff like stuff. It's the stuff that I see that the average Liberian girl don't have to go through.
Right.
You know, I don't feel pretty. My hair's not this length. My hair's not this color, and all this stuff like this. You know, all this unnecessary stuff that I know African Americans are very strong because then again, the strong ones like us. Then there's a lot of African Americans who succumb to their white man stuff and start acting a fool, like the girl with the gorilla glue in her hair. You know, all this kind of foolishness. You know, I see. You know, the gorilla glue girl, and all this kind of
Right.
foolishness that we see on videos and everything. There's black people who act the fool, and white people sit back. Like, you think white people like sit back laughing at the foolishness we talk about? People talk about they're not African. You know, I was already here. I'm a Native American, Aboriginal, all that stuff. White people looking at like they see a community that's completely dysfunctional. They know we don't love our women in America. They know we're chasing the red bones and we love the racial ambiguity. They know that, you know, they know all that, you know, and they play on.
Kala, you there? Kala. All right, guys, hit that like button again. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. We had lost the brother. Kala, what happened? All right, guys, you want to call in and ask a question by all means. Send me an email. Hold on. Hold on. We lost him. Hopefully, he'll call back in. Again, he'll call back in. Hopefully, I lost him. Hold on 1 second. Let me text Kala. Guys, sorry about the technical difficulties. Sorry about the technical difficulties. What's Kala? No, I gotta text somebody else. Guys, again, please hit that like button. Please hit that like button. Hold on 1 second. All right, Kala, let's hop back on. Again, guys, if you'd like to call in, send me an email at huru@searchforhuru.com, huru@searchforhuru.com, huru@searchforhuru.com. And yeah, man, guys, we're almost at 100,000 subscribers. So when we get to 100,000, I have a giveaway. Again, when we get to 100,000, I have a giveaway. We're going to do I have a giveaway. Again, I have a giveaway. We're gonna figure out how to do the raffle. We're gonna figure it out, and we're gonna get it done. So yeah. Said Colin singing Amazing Grace. Yeah, here we go. So yes. Let's see here. Here we go. Colin's back on. All right, Colin, go ahead.
Okay. Sorry about that. Data issues. He's still in Liberia, you know.
Uh-huh.
The data man. Oh, it's on? Okay. Yeah, okay. Data issues and everything like that. I got my roaming on, but the data kicks on with that. Sometimes it goes out and stuff like that. We had rain today. But anyway, like I was saying, brother, it's if we in America, it's like a constant battle with the self-hate and stuff like that. And I thought, years ago that okay, one day it's getting worse. It's getting worse. I never thought. I mean, it dawned on me that how do you keep people? How do you control black people? Black America is in utter chaos. Utter chaos. The crime rate, the self-hate, and everything like that. Murder. I'm looking at my news feeds every day, right? Coming from Norfolk, Virginia, Newport News. Someone's killed every day. Someone's killed every day. What did Shadow? He looked at me the wrong way. He gave me a look. He dissed me. Oh, you saw what he said on social media. I had to pull up. You know, and so this is taking a toll on well, it was taking a toll. Just looking at this every day, the everyday in America, and there's like no love between us and our community and stuff like that. While at the same time how hypocritical we are, and that's another thing we have to deal with, Dinus, is Black American hypocrisy. You know, Black American hypocrisy. We Marcus Garvey talked about this. Although we like to portray ourselves as victims, right? But it's not this. What's going on in Black America is we have a lot of Black people in America who are just evil and wicked,
Right.
and greedy, wickedness, all the things that we're trying to tear each other down. All you have to do is look at YouTube. Just look at YouTube. Look at all the beefs where people trying to destroy each other. Instead of people getting a platform and saying, "This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do," they take shots at each other. They want to tear each other's platform down. They want to put out misinformation, bear false witness against our neighbor. All the stuff like that. At the same time, these same people will look at you in the face and say, "My brother." And no, and as soon as people start, and I know there's a lot of people who always talk about, "Oh, we need to unify. We need to unify." And I know these same people hate my friggin' guts.
Right.
And when I don't friggin' unify with them and whatnot, they say Kyle is a problem. No, I know you're fake. You're phony. You know, I'll take somebody cold. If you're cold, I'll take you. You're cold. You don't. I know a lot of people aren't into the Pan African and they don't like that. I'll take you. I'll take somebody that's hot. You're on fire. I can work with you. But what I hate is lukewarm people. Lukewarm. When they say you're lukewarm, I'll spew you out of my mouth because you make me sick. We have too many lukewarm people in the community. They don't know whether they want to be pro-black and really be serious about this thing, or they want to be ghetto and ignorant and stupid and facetious and all this kind of and narcissistic and the same thing. And it's a time out for that. If you're in this movement, you should have a pure heart. You should be like Dinah Samir. He does this from his heart. He does help with the people in Africa. He promotes things. He does a positive young man. You know. Then you got people out there, right, that want to tear him up down. They want to tear me down. They want to tell us like that, and they'll tell you also. I'll say, well, why do you want our platforms? Oh, I came here. No, you don't. If you care about the community, your spirit and everything about you should be positive. You know. And that's why I learned when I got over here. I learned that, and the only reason why, and remember I said we should do a show. The problem with Black America is that fact that we're in America. Remember that?
Yeah.
I said we
You
get
got
back,
to
we'll
text
do
that
a
to me
show.
because so text that to me so we can do it when you come back.
Yeah, we get back. the problem is in America, right? Black people are. It's not. It's this is what it is. Black people are not together collectively. That's why when people talk about us collectively doing something, it's a lie. The only thing collective we have together is every 4 years we go out and vote. That's it. There's no collective anything in Black America that's tied. Our survival's tied together. Think of us on a ship, right? Everybody on the ship, right? If you got a ship, right? If somebody does the wrong thing, the ship quite goes down. Black America is not a ship because if you tear Dynas down, right? Well, you're not on a ship together, so you're not going to go down. Dynas is on a ship himself. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the issue in Black America. We're not together. Everybody's off in their own thing. Everybody's doing their own thing. But yet we basically, the hypocrisy of Black America is we like to pretend we're a people. You know, when we like to pretend, we like to be a fake people. We like to pretend like we're together. We like to pretend stuff. You know, that's why we don't want to see people getting married. We don't care about Black marriages. We don't care about none of that. I was kidding myself when I thought that people actually cared about the community. We got kids going to school getting shot, you know, stray bullets and everything. Nobody cares because we don't care about our community. We don't care about education. We don't care about anything that we claim we care about. We don't care about that. Why? Because we don't pass anything down to our kids. Kids don't get educated. So what? Care about is getting your check and paying your car note, and that's it. If that's the case, then admit it. But let's stop being the hypocritical people, you know, and the world could see that because Black America, the hypocrisy stinks to high heaven, you know, and so it's we like I said, we just have to start calling these people out. Nobody's in a position to tell somebody what you need to be doing as a people because nobody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. Nobody. You know, everybody's on their own and you're on your own. Ferguson was a perfect example. We went there, and remember I said that we're gonna rise up. Remember that?
All right.
You know, whatever happened to all the people that's still suffering from charges and stuff like that? Did anybody come to that? No. You use those people. You told them to burn down. So like all the riots that happened in 2020. You know, there's people facing decades in jail. You know, charges. You know, buildings burning down, stores, Black stores even got looted and everything. Is anybody saying, you know something? What about all the Black businesses that lost their businesses? Anybody helping them? No, because nobody really cares. Nobody's serious about Black lives. While we scream Black Lives Matter, but nobody really cares. You know, so it is what it is. The brother wants to talk. Say
Yeah,
something. Nice.
Keizo, go ahead. Keizo, go ahead.
Can you guys hear me well?
We hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, what he's talking about is kind of interesting, especially when it comes to going back to Africa. For example, over here, we're never going to get accepted the way that a human being has kind of evolved over the whatever thousands of years to want in a community, because we all grow up as children. You know, we get some love, attention, and the issue with that actually is that it makes us feel that the rest of the world should give us the same thing that our parents gave us. But then when you do grow up, you realize that there is a difference between you and them. For example, I remember when I was around, I would say 8, no. I was 10 years old. And there was just little toy things that are called Crazy Bones. So just a bunch of plastic collectible kind of toys. Now, one girl, this little, blonde girl, accused me of stealing her crazy toys. I didn't even know what it was, right? At this point. But the point here, thing that I immediately understood is that, first of all, if someone accuses us of something, we're gonna have to defend ourselves extra hard. And then on the time when you're trying to defend yourself, they also now think, okay, he must be actually guilty because he's over defending himself. So you so I guess the point I'm making here is that we're never going to find that peace that we seek from the external environment in this place of the world, and just to be ourselves. That's not going to happen. Ultimately, the kind of comment that I have is I make as much money as possible and I save up enough to be able to retire back home. I think that's really the only kind of thing, because if you expect to live here and have that peace of mind and that kind of healthy environment where you can express your emotions, right? Like, people are supposed to be able to be happy, sad, angry, without being then put on this weird place. For example, at work, I know I can't really respond to things the same way other people can. Like, I mean, it's you know, it's a fact that I've accepted. I'm not going to be angry or sad about it. I've just, you know, I keep it, I acknowledge it. So ultimately, really is yeah, just save up as much money as you can and then move back home. Now, someone said Africa is not utopia either. Yeah, of course. It depends on the country you go to, and you know, you again, if you are from the diaspora, you're going to have more money than some of the people who live there usually. So what you need is yeah, you need to save enough so that you can actually go and have some rent or buy a place which has security, for example, you know, things like that.
We had somebody else on, but they dropped off. Mahogany, if you want to, you know, if you want to call back in, I can put you in, put you back on. So, guys, hit that like button again, please. Hit that like button again, please. Hit that like button. And then, Kyle, you want to add to that? And then, Black Royalty, you need to connect your audio and your mic, Black Royalty, so I can let you on. All right, go ahead, Kyle. Kala.
What the hell?
Kala, you there? You muted yourself, Kala. Okay,
Probably his internet.
Yeah, it's the internet. We dropped him.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a pretty I don't know. I would say it's a sad situation because I know a couple of people, two people in specific. I have a friend. So she's studying a master's in some renewable energy technology, and she suffered a breakdown because of the exact same problem. She was going through her course. She got a first class degree. You know, that's like a GPA 4.0. If I'm to kind of compare it, for some reason she couldn't get a job, and I know this person's intelligent. This person has the qualifications. She has the experience, but for some reason, people who got far less, and I know they're great point averages, were getting jobs or being hired by the university. Basically, and of course the only common thing here is that, you know, she spoke up. You know, if you search her up on Google, you see that she does speak up about injustices. So the fact that she has involved herself in you know, being kind of outspoken about equality is the same thing that's actually kind of preventing her from being able to get a job. I mean, this is, for example, the reason why I can't come up here on my face, because of my current job that until I've established myself enough whereby my skills could speak for myself. That's when I can obviously, you know, because then it wouldn't be causing me a risk. But, you know, things like this, for them, they obviously they have to be careful too in whatever, but, you know, yeah, right. It's just, yeah, it's part of life, I guess. I just have to accept that until I'm powerful enough whereby I don't have to worry about certain things. This is just a path that I have to basically to walk. Because I don't want to have to go down that path. I mean, this friend of mine, she's finally sought a therapist, so I kind of helped her find a Black therapist, because when you're dealing with these kinds of issues, it's partly to do with racism, so you might need someone who can contextualize it for you. I had another friend, similar situation. They kind of grew up again with a lot of white friends, and they thought that they were the same people, meaning they thought that the world treated them the same.
Right.
They grew up. He grew up. Then he realized at some point that the world just doesn't treat them the same. You know, he's been stopped by the police several times, even though this person doesn't even live in neighborhoods that have crime. I mean, I remember one time actually. This was during New Year's Eve. I think it was about a few years ago. Someone asked, "What's my point?" Okay, I'll explain. Yeah, so a few years ago, during New Year's Eve, there was a young Black guy wearing a tracksuit. So tracksuit is like, I don't know, like gym clothes, and he was fighting with the taxi driver. You know, taxi driver said, "Punch me," and then he punched him and then he ran away. Now the police came, and they were looking for obviously the guy who ran away. Now it's me and my friend, both of us are Black. I'm wearing a suit, actually a very nice suit. So is my friend. We're walking like 2 miles an hour, extremely slow. But the police woman tried to arrest us, right? There's no way we look like the description of the, you know, the person, right? We're not running, we're not wearing the same clothings, you know, we don't even have the same kind of mindset, etc. It actually had to take people from the street to convince her, and it took about 20 minutes to convince her that it wasn't us. So she actually wasted her time trying to arrest people that aren't even involved in the situation, just because she couldn't think deeper about, you know, perhaps maybe I should think about how they looked, how they dressed, rather than, you know, just going off by color. Now, the point I'm making to you guys is that if you truly want to actually be free, whereby you don't have to worry about these things like psychological conditioning, you're going to have to find a place where you who you are is the norm, right? Like I've had other African people tell me they didn't know that they were black until they went abroad. You got to go to a place where you are the average, meaning most people are somewhat similar to you, that if you behave in any sort of way, you're judged by your behavior and character and not by anything else that's associated to it. Because if you're over here, no matter how well you do, no matter, you know, there's always going to be that whenever the first time you mess up, for example, they're going to say, oh, I knew it, etc. Or and that's just going to keep adding up and adding up and adding up to the point whereby you're going to be in a situation whereby emotionally it hits you, it tears you down, and then it puts you in a strange spiritual place that you can't actually even enjoy life. And this is, I believe this is why, you know, like the brother was talking about some of the women being bitter. It's obviously true for some of the men. Is all of these experiences keep hitting on you to a point whereby you actually take it out on the people closest to you, because then you think that, you know, they're in a similarly bad place as you, and then you don't respect them. But it's a system. The system is just not designed for us. And, you know, I'm not saying this to complain, just to say, you know, whatever. It's to say that if you truly seek that peace of mind, I would suggest that people just save up as much money as you can. And when you're like enough to retire, go to some African country, a safe one, of course, get some security and buy a nice house. And if you want that peace of mind, you'll definitely get it there.
Sure.
You know, it has its own issues. That's why I said save up the money. But yeah, that's my comment on that one.
Black Royalty, go ahead,
Yes.
Black Royalty.
If you have money in this country,
Hold on one second, go ahead, Black Royalty.
First I want to ask, can you hear me?
We hear you.
Okay. I want to say thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. This is my first time doing something like this.
Okay.
But I want to say when it comes down to with what y'all was saying earlier in the stream with black women, I was in the chat and I was saying, as far as from where I'm at in Atlanta, Georgia, here, black women are very fickle when it comes to when they meet a good man.
But see, the thing is, brother, I don't want to turn this into a, you know.
I got you.
I don't want to turn it into. I just don't want to turn it into a. But go ahead, brother. I just, you know, I don't want to turn it into a.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying.
Well, I want to say congratulations to Kala, because I plan on me and my brothers. Well, yeah, no problem. Me and my twin, we're planning on going to Ghana. Okay. And I'm trying to get everything, you know, situated right now. But as far as right now, you know, trying to find someone who is, you know, I guess that want to get married.
You know what? A couple sister. I don't want to turn this into a black gender war, but a lot of some women are saying, women sisters are saying they don't mind. They want to black royalty. Go ahead and speak your piece. At the same time, I would like for sisters to call in too, because that would only be fair, you know. But let's balanced. But let's just be, you know, respectful. Okay, let's be respectful. But go ahead, man. Go ahead and speak your piece, brother. Go ahead and speak your piece. Go ahead.
No, I respect it. Like me, I want a black woman. That's what I'm like, because I guess growing up, you know, I've been through that phase, and you know, again, like I said, I respect my black women. I love my black women, and what they say, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Yeah. That I want that, and like I said, I have no kids. You know, single and doing well for myself. And same with my brother, my oldest brother as well. But yeah, I do commend Black women too to go to Africa to see the roots in Africa, to see my twin brother and my oldest brother. They went to South Africa and saw it was beautiful. I mean, it's very, very beautiful. It was. I didn't get a chance to go, but I encourage everybody to go. My mother wants to go to Sierra Leone, and of course, I want to go to Ghana. But I encourage Black women too, because we got to figure out our roots. We got to figure out, the mindset of Africans are way different than here in America. And that's the one thing that I noticed. I've met a lot of Africans. Yes, you got some that are rude, but majority of them are very, very welcoming and understanding. And again, like I said, to find if you are a Black woman searching for love, searching for some, real, you got some guys here that are here too. But if you can't find that, Africa is a beautiful country. It's a beautiful continent. It's a beautiful continent. Go travel. And I like what you're doing, Dinas.
Appreciate it, brother.
Sierra Leone. No, is it Sierra Leone?
Sierra Leone, April, leaving on the 20th, coming back on the 29th.
That's what's up. I like that you're help. Was it schools or something you're doing?
Yeah. You guys can donate to the school. Go to africapersonified.org. Yeah, we want to build a computer lab, so we're about $3,900 off from our goal. So to build the structure. So, but go ahead. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm not gonna stay too long. I just wanted to say that one thing and also congratulate Kyla. And I want to say one last thing before I go.
Go ahead, bro.
Black Beauty, I seen you on the last stream that I watched along with Lisa and Chantel, whatever her name is. Oh my God, that represented us horribly. But Black Beauty, you're very beautiful. For you to be, single is puzzling because I don't understand. But
hey, listen, slide. Email me your phone number, and I'm going to pass it to Black Beauty.
Okay.
So email me your phone number right now. I'm gonna pass it right now.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I got you, brother.
All right.
Please. All right, Kyla, go ahead.
Yeah, I was like, thank you for all the support and everything. Like I said, for everybody came on. I hope we have another call. I hope we have one female caller.
Well, yeah, I want a sister to call in. Like, I really want.
That's another thing. That's like sisters. They want to say, okay, we don't let them on. We let them on the platforms. When we let them have a voice, and they don't call in, and stuff like that. And also, like the brother was just saying, there's a lot of Black women out there that are beautiful, right? I see them all the time on Facebook. I'm like, why are you single? And these are sisters that are very, very positive, and it's like I was, who's been on my mind lately? Regina King, right? And I haven't really investigated. She's like one of my favorite people, Regina King, the actress, right? And I love Regina King, right? But I never heard about her in any relationships, I mean, is she with a white man or is she what's going on? But she is very, very positive and pro-Black, and she's like a real sister, And I know she loves Black men. She did the movie I'm Gonna See When I Get Back for One Night in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see that. And I'm saying to myself, I say to myself, there's a lot of sisters out there that really love us. Really love Black men. And Virginia King's one of them. So like I said, I know sisters out there love us, right? And I don't know what it is. Maybe the right Black man hasn't come by.
Well, Kyla, we got a sister on the line. Mahogany, go ahead.
It's my first time using your service here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Good evening, gentlemen. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, there's a little bit of a pause there. I see what's happening here. Okay. I've been listening. I don't know the age range of the men that are calling in. They sound like they're every bit of under 35 years old.
Okay.
I don't know if I need to keep my other piece in or not. This is my first time using your
Yeah,
line.
I mean,
But
you click the link and you just talk through the phone like you're talking to a regular phone or earpiece or whatever.
I'm probably on my phone. I'm not using the internet. I'm looking. Okay, good. Okay, I hear a lot of
the last brother who called in is 36.
Okay, I'm hearing a lot of negativity from the young men that are calling in tonight. I mean, it's like when you're. I mean, I know the talk of the night is I married somebody from another country, and I'm like, okay, that's great. I mean, if you found somebody that love you, whether it's here in the United States or Liberia or any other place on the continent, that's great. But my question is, what are these young men looking for when they seek a woman? What exactly are you doing in the relationship? I mean, what are you doing when you first meet a woman? What is the goal of what you're doing? Are you looking for a one night stand? Are you looking for a wife? Are you just looking for a long time companion with no marriage involved? And it's just not for the men; it's also for the women too. And I notice that these days, I see a lot of people jumping into relationships and hoping that it works out in their favor. And it's not, I don't think this is a question about whether it's black, white, or whatever color the person is. I think that people are just not sitting down before they go out there and start meeting people and finding out what are you looking for? What are you looking for? Do you want just a good screw? Do you want you want a screwing partner? Do you want a long time companion, but you just don't want to get married? Or are you looking for that lifelong companion that you're actually trying to marry and spend the rest of your life with? I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing someone saying this is what I look for when I first met the person that I was with last. Why is that not being defined before you get into or get involved with somebody?
Well, let me say this. Thank you for your question. It was a very intelligent question. It's a good question. Um, the first brother said he was married at 18. A lot of times that's high school. People really in love. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people are really in love. I've been deeply in love with a lot of people right now, but I realize now that at a later age, right, there are a lot of people that I was in love with, right, just wasn't marriage material, and a lot of times people couldn't make that distinction. And you, if you notice, right, that everything time you hear in our culture, right, people will say, "Oh, I really feel this. I love and everything." But it's usually up to women to be like, okay, women are the ones who say, "Okay, I love you," but it's in them, and it's like a survival mechanism. Men think they could just, okay, it'll work out. Women know because they have yin energy. That means men are yang. We're gonna keep putting out yang energy. Women say, all I need is that one man, and they the ones who pick and choose, right? That's the man that can satisfy what I need and everything like that, you know. And our culture right now is basically, I think it's things are out of whack where we have this notion of romance, right? And that's all good when you're young, you're teenage dating. I still keep dating. But when you start talking about marriage, right, that's a different thing. That means you're gonna see sides of people that you're not gonna like. You're gonna see the person how they look when they get up in the morning. Uh, uh, when you go off to work and everything, paying bills together, and struggling together. It's a lot of people with those challenges, and you're put to the test and everything, it doesn't really, pan out. I don't think people are prepared for that. And Dinus asked one bro, did you get therapy? Therapy or marriage counseling, right? A lot of black people back in the days, we used to get counseling from pastors, older people who had successful marriages. That's what my parents had. They had older people. As I realize now, my parents were a young couple. I said my parents were a good thing. But we always had great aunts, great uncles, pastors, everybody coming by our house and talking to our parents, counseling that young family. My father was a young couple when they had their kids and everything. we don't have that sort of structure in the Black America anymore. You know, we don't have the gam grandma, you know, around. We don't have the aunties. We don't have all these things when our people that have relations, family that can give advice. What can the average, if you have a culture where you have women in their 50s, and it's not taking shots at Black women, you know, where you have Black women and Black men acting a fool, you know, Rick Ross and all this, it's on both sides, cultural icons, you know, and that basically you have those are your aunts, uncles, and everybody advising young couples nowadays. That all they see is failure. They see their uncle running around their aunt. They see their father not faithful, the men not faithful to their women and everything like that. So therefore, they have nothing to base anything on. There's nobody to tell them. They have no role models of success of what a marriage should look like, what a long-term marriage should look like, you know. And the society on the whole, you know, just anti-family, anti-marriage, and everything like that, because we don't really know what marriage and stuff like that. Marriage is a sacred thing. Now they trivialize marriage by saying 2 men can get married, 2 women can get married. You can marry your dog. You can marry your cousin. So the whole institution of marriage, the one thing that kept Black America sustained was the fact that at one time a Black man, if he can get that job, good job, blue collar job, he was guaranteed to get himself a wife. A man, it's not natural for a man to be in his 40s and running around dating and spending money in the strip clubs and stuff like that. That's the culture we live in right now. You know, popping bottles, all this foolishness. You know, if we get back to those basic things and everything like that, I don't know if it's ever going to change. You know, it's like we Black people, African American, the richest Black people on earth, whatnot, the money that we have and we complain we don't have anymore, we didn't do it. But our parents and grandparents, what little they had, they built families, they built communities. You know, so it's a culture. You know, it's a culture, and nobody knows how to react. Then when it doesn't work, why did my marriage fail? Well, you don't know what a real marriage is supposed to be like because we don't have any real template anymore. You know, that's just my opinion.
Let me unmute her because the feedback on her end was pretty. All right, Mahogany, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm hearing. Okay. As far as the 40-year-old man being in the strip club, that's still young.
Okay. That's what? Say it again.
The other thing, a 40-year-old man being in the strip club, he's still young. So I mean, I don't see any problem being in the strip club unless that's something he likes to do. But I mean, I don't have a problem with that.
Sister, Dinah Samir is 38 years old. Look at this. Look what he does and whatnot. You know, I was 40 and everything like that. A 40-year-old man has no business being chasing like that. That's what the problem we have in America. We don't have any responsibility. You know, men. We don't hold men accountable. Women have to be the ones to hold men accountable. That's unacceptable for a 40-year-old man. You know what I'm saying? You know, to be in a strip club. It's unacceptable.
If he's single and he's 40 years old, I don't see a problem.
That's another thing. That's another thing. What kind of man, right? If you're 40 and whatnot, if you can't get a woman, if you can't date, whatever like that, find a real woman to strip for you in your privacy at home, then you just hang it up. You know, this is the type of foolishness I'm talking about. We can't have all this foolishness and everything and expect things to be normal. You know, we have a bunch of this is what our kids are looking at.
Right, but
you know,
we ask the man either to act like a monk either.
What?
We can't expect for a man to act like a monk.
Yeah,
but that's not reality.
Mahogany, me personally, I don't see the point. Like I used to go to strip clubs, especially here in Atlanta. But the thing is, once I got a certain age, I just didn't see the point of going to a strip club and spending money for lap dancers. Like I could use that money for something else. I don't get it anymore. So.
And we live in a culture where too many of our sisters think that's okay. And you got Atlanta, we got people making careers out of that. When in the bottom right, you got T.I.
Don't get me wrong. I've been with the same man for. Don't get me wrong. Again, a grown man is a grown man. He can do whatever he needs to do. That whatever makes him happy, that's fine. But once you're in a committed relationship, which I am, there's just certain things you don't do anymore. Okay, you want to see a strip club, Tell your wife to close the door. Come on in the room,
let me say something.
For you. You don't need to go out there and give some woman your money.
I have a comment to make here. Is it okay if I speak?
Go ahead.
Hey, Dice,
yeah.
I got to log back in. I'm gonna log back in. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So there's actually a couple problems with what you're saying, sister. Is that a person doesn't magically stop doing things he's used to or she's used to just because now they're in a committed relationship. Like habits form. Behavior forms habits, and the habits forms manners, and this is as deep as it being on your bones. So it's not, the whole idea is basically making a culture that doesn't really allow these things to be extensive, so that when a person does end up in a relationship, they're already practicing being in a relationship. Like you're not going to be able to successfully change your ways. I mean, what's a relationship? It's no different from anything else. It's like if I've been learning how to make money through a certain means, like let's say stealing or whatever, I'm not magically going to just remove that part of myself when I get a different kind of job. Behaviors and habits stick, and this is actually one of the big reasons why relationships don't work, is because people don't accept that. So you have to be practicing to be in a relationship, or people don't just turn on and off switch. That's not how people work.
Right, but I'm trying to make sure there's like I got some rippling going on my end. I don't know if it's just coming from the overall network, but if you're in a committed relationship and you love the person that you're with, the last thing you think about is running up in a strip bar, period. I mean, you got life, you got job, you got money, and you're committed to one another. That's the last thing you're thinking about. What I do hear, that I hear a lot of negativity. You cannot come into a relationship with a clean slate, bringing negativity to a new relationship. You just can't. I mean, that's all I've been hearing for the last, I say, half an hour or so. It doesn't matter if you found a woman.
What negativity did you hear?
And it's just, if they weren't talking about, for example, well,
oh, she dropped off. Yeah, well, guy, what? Sir Will, go ahead. I'm trying to figure out what negativity.
I think maybe because some brothers said, like the relationships don't work with a lot of women over here, so that's why they went to Africa. But I think she takes that as a negative.
Sir Will, go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing that people have to understand, and I say that all the time to my friends, is that the U.S. system is toxic, and it's not that our sisters over here are bad or whatnot, but the U.S. system is toxic. It's toxic for any relationship, period. Okay, and this goes for both ways, like for guys.
So Will, you went out.
You went out.
On your upcoming marriage, by the way, and more of us should be doing this, because in Africa back in the days, right? So when you want to get one family united to another family, usually they will get their sons or the daughter married to the other family, right?
Oh. Hello, am I on?
No, you're on, but Sir Will, brother, if you could call back.
There, you guys to find.
Sir Will, Sir Will, if you can do me a favor and call from another device. It's just we keep losing you, and then you go in and out. If you could, yeah. Can you call from another device?
Let me call back in.
Okay, cool. All right, Black Beauty, go ahead. Black Beauty, go ahead.
Hey, what's going on? How you guys?
Okay, I want to say this, brother, Black Royalty. I delivered the number, just to let you know. I delivered the number, Black Royalty. She got the number. All right, go ahead, Black Beauty.
Hey, how are you? Hi. I guess everybody's been asking me to call in. What is the question now? What are we talking about?
She actually is actually kind of beautiful.
Thank you for kind of giving me a compliment. So I just want to give you guys a little story. So I just came back into Miami a couple of days ago, and this bracelet, it's the only piece of jewelry that someone has really ever given me. Like all the jewelry I have is only given to me one or two people, my mother and my fiance, who was an Italian man, and I've dated all types of Black men. I don't think I think there's something going on in our community where we don't really have a lot of respect for each other or appreciation for each other's struggles. I think sometimes when Black men see me, they see the struggle. They see a struggle. They see a lack of access to power. They see a lack of access to resources. They see a lack of good genes. They see a lack of beauty. They see a lack of intelligence. I have to open my mouth. If I didn't speak like this, they think I was some sort of ghetto princess. You know, if I told them I was from the Bronx, I tell people I'm from Brooklyn, but I was born in the Bronx. I was raised there till I was 17 years old. When I had to move out on my own, there were no resources for me. Nothing. When I say my dad is West Indian, and I understand there's a lot of people in the chat talking about marry yourself a good Caribbean man. My dad has 6 children with his wife, and then he has one with my mother, one with another lady, one with another lady. Oh, what a wonderful Caribbean man we've got. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that there's generations and generations of things that have to be corrected in all westernized Black communities. And I really don't know what has to happen at this point, because I kind of feel like we're pretty much done around here. It's about done. I see it every day. I came to Miami because the problem in New York is that there are wonderful Black men in New York, but because everything is so expensive there, even if they do have a good job, like we all have pretty similar jobs. We all work in the 3 good industries: real estate, finance, what's the other one? Healthcare. We all work in the very good industries. And my thing is, like, without their wife, they couldn't even afford a house in New York. And that's disheartening. I have a friend who's an attorney, a well-accomplished attorney that just got married. And without his wife, he couldn't afford a home in the Northeast. That's why I came down here.
Yeah, but Black people, my thing is at the same time. So I'm gonna tell you this. So back when Atlanta was Atlanta, where you could buy like a mansion for $120,000.
Yeah.
I was telling Black people in LA, Black people in New York, get the hell out. Shit is too expensive. Come to Atlanta and get you a mini mansion for $120,000. Oh, Atlanta too slow. Atlanta, and they would be in their studio apartments paying almost $2,000 a month. So I left LA in 2014, and I came to Atlanta, and I bought my home by myself. No co-signer, no chick or whatever. You know, she was saying her friend needed to marry his wife in order to qualify for a home. On my own, bought my own house. Now, stuff is so expensive now. Like even here in Atlanta, like you're probably going to have to, like.
Well, here's the thing: there
have a partner
that we can go to. You know, I just came down to Miami. The same thing I was looking at in New York for $900,000 is $360,000 here. Mm-hmm. The problem is that we are holding on to old notions. People think, people are dying to just be a part of these societies that were created for white people. Unfortunately, the best times in New York are over. Goldman Sachs is moving, which means even if you get a nice condo down there, guess what? Property value is going to go down on it. No white people live there anymore. They live on Long Island. I just met a girl from Brooklyn in the hotel, cute Italian girl from Brooklyn. You know what she told me? She was working as a waitress the whole summer on Montauk. Everyone is out there. Anyone who has power, who has money, who has resources has left. We're the only ones still in these inner cities. We are the only ones, and we are struggling. And there's no way for us to even look at marriage when we can't even afford property. You can't even afford property. How are you supposed to get married? So I'm not upset with brothers in New York. I'm not upset with them. I know they're struggling. I know that if we were in a different environment, there would be more opportunities for us to link up and sync up. But I don't want to have to be the driving force behind all of the success in my marriage as a woman. I don't want to have to come in there and put more than half of my resources down for someone who is eventually going to end up stepping out on me because he doesn't value his own genes.
Right. Check us out. And that's what I was alluding to just a while ago. A sister like her is a queen, and the bottom line is we live in a society where, somebody like her should be able to have the man of her dreams just like that. But she has to go out there and work hard and come up with half and stuff like that. And she just basically wanted to tell.
By the time somebody's looking at me, that's when the Black man will want me. He'll want me after he's had all his white bitches and his white children, for example. I have a good guy Good guy. Hold on. I have a good guy. Took me out when I was 22 years old. He's the second in command. His name, you could look him up. Second in command at the Department of Finance in New York. Just look that up. He is a black man, Jamaican. His mom is from the UK. He dated me. He was 35. I was 22 at the time when he dated me. I never had sex with him. Actually, never had sex with him. He took me on 3 dates. He took me to the Four Seasons. He took me to the Brasserie, and he took me to that Eva Longoria's restaurant. You know which one? 57th and First. You guys know which one I'm talking. It's the really upscale one.
I don't know. I like I said, I eat at I eat at Senegalese spot. I ate at Boa Bob Cafe in Harlem. That's where I eat at in New York.
It's one of them high-end joints where you go in
there.
Yeah,
I don't eat at high-end restaurants.
The tea. We're Manhattanites. Even us black people with jobs, we're Manhattan. We live in Brooklyn, we live in Queens, but we come to slave for these people in Manhattan every day, and we want to go to the restaurants they go to too. All right. So he took me to a couple places. And, there was a time where he was, talking to me about being with him and stuff like that. Come to my condo. I came to his condo and I did my laundry while he was watching the playoff, all these things. Long story short, he never said anything about marriage to me. What he wanted me to do was come live in his apartment with him while I'm young and beautiful. I was 22 at the time, more beautiful than I am now. And literally, while I was young and beautiful, come waste my time in your condo and do what? Give you babies out of wedlock? Now, guess what he has? The woman that works at his job, the Department of Finance, who is Armenian, just trapped him, so he says, and he has a 2-year-old daughter with her. And so when he's talking to me, he's like, I don't know what happened, Jackie. Over the summer, this is when COVID first broke out. He was the first person I called because I said, okay, strong black man, I know him, he likes me, and he can protect me, and he has resources, and we're in the same field. Called him, and then he has a baby. Now he shows me a picture of the baby. Baby's all high yellow, whatever. I'm not bad. I say, okay, I want to know the situation. What it came down to is he did not see the value in my genes. He wanted white baby.
I got
white baby, but now he wants to date me again. You know why? So I could be the help to help him raise his white baby.
Okay, but Black Beauty, I got interject, sister. I got interject now. Now you've been on here before, and you said you had an Italian non-black fiance.
He died. Is the last thing I have from him. These two things. This ring and these two things.
Wait, how old is he?
He was 27 when he died, and I was 28 when he died.
Sorry about that.
No, don't be. You know what? I'm over that. But what I'm trying to say to you guys is that I'm not looking for any sympathy on that because I've gone through hell of these last couple of years trying to rebuild shit. But really, what I'm saying is, he was the only person man enough to actually want to marry me. That's all I'm saying. And it's a damn shame because I've dated high-powered black men, a lot of them.
Right, but okay. So can I give a
finance?
It's hard. Let me say something. It's harder being a black woman.
The guy at the Department of Finance. I've asked him several times over the past year during COVID if he wants to go out. It's always a fucking excuse. Always. And what I'm saying is, I can't produce what he wants. Access to whiteness, and now he's got it. Now raise your baby with your mother.
Okay, so can I make so one reason, for example, I would be reluctant to marry someone from either America, the UK, or anywhere else. And this is any woman, any color. I wouldn't do that. At least I wouldn't aim to do that. It's quite a few things. So for me, it would be looking at it, and maybe it's true for other brothers too, but the divorce rate over here is too high. It's already at 50%. Right. So I don't know what kind of investment, because you just talked about saying that a lot of these brothers cheat and, have different baby mamas from, all around. And maybe that's
brothers. I said, I come from a father who I am the third kid outside of the marriage. I said nothing about other brothers. I said other I know that are Caribbean are married happily. That's what I said. But my father is a great example of how things really go down. Give it 10 years. They're stepping out.
Oh, okay. You kind of contradicted yourself in the same sentence. So basically, you are saying that you fear that there are too many brothers who would cheat out, right?
Nothing. I just don't date them.
Okay, right. So you
don't take the risk of giving my last little bit of my energy to push out 4 or 5 kids for you, to know that you have the proclivities in your community. Because I'm speaking specifically about, because people in this chat have said to me several times, why don't you? And I am Caribbean, and I do date. I have dated. My first boyfriend was Haitian, and we were together for a while.
Okay, so interesting. So are you married right now?
No, I'm not.
Are you hoping to get married?
Yeah, I'm looking to get married right now. I haven't had sex in over 1.5 years because I've locked it down. I'm looking to get married now. So yes, I am. And I
Okay, how old are you now?
I'm 32 years old. I came out to Miami and I intend on finding someone. I don't give a damn what he looks like anymore. I'm not going to waste my eggs waiting for someone to legitimize me. Not happening.
Okay, so you're open to brothers?
I'm open to brothers. Yeah. Brothers.
Okay, that's interesting. What kind of finance requirements is it for brothers?
But the problem is, I think that one of the biggest issues with me is that I know because I'm in a certain lane financially that I'm going to, and I'm not rich or nothing. I just know that I work my ass off and I make money because I'm in traditional masculine fields by choice, because I didn't want to be anybody's servant. I didn't want to be a teacher. I didn't want to be a cleaner. I didn't want to be a servant like my grandmother. She cleaned Jewish people's houses her whole life. I didn't want to be that. I didn't want to be a servant. So I chose real estate. I chose number fields, and I'm good at them. So when you deal with Black men in number fields, they don't like us. They don't want us. And so what you're telling me is what I should do now.
What kind of Black men are you dating?
I'm in New York. It's a different kind of ball.
They don't like numbers.
I said number fields.
Yeah, I know, but still, I just okay. Go ahead.
They don't date us. I said they don't like.
Okay.
And that's the truth. I mean, you come out here and you see the same ones that are up in New York that came down here, and now they got their little Latinas. Have fun. Shit.
You would have come down. You'd have come down to North Carolina, Virginia. There's so many brothers.
Maybe I should. I go to Black Beach Week.
Virginia, that are 6-figure brothers that just basically, like I said, they're driving Corvettes and Porsches and everything, and they don't. Like I said, they're the same thing. They got to talk about. They want to get with Black women like you, but it's a thing. It was like me. You know what I'm saying? I had to go overseas. You know. There's people like, because it's like I said, you said interesting word, lane. You know those lanes are here in the South, right? You go to North Carolina, between Delaware and North Carolina. I wouldn't say South Carolina, Delaware, North Carolina, and everything. There's strong Black communities where Black men are making.
Married a lady. My uncle's a strong Black man. He's a veteran, and he's also Muslim. Did his naming ceremony. Has been to Mecca. He moved to North Carolina like 1.5 years and got married to someone. So maybe when I visit him, I could meet somebody. So I'm open.
I don't know about New York. New York. I'm from New York originally, but I had to get out of there. That was a miserable place, for Black people. New York is not it. I mean, it's good. Look through on circuit. Huh?
We're the battery pack for the institutions in New York.
Right. Yeah.
We're there to serve them. Even us working even if you're working at Goldman, you're serving. Because at the end of the day, you are supporting the riches of someone else that is outside of the community. And it doesn't matter. All of us are down here. It's New York Central down here in Miami. It's ridiculous. I came to Miami to meet other people, not to meet the same people. So it's like, and then you walk around and the same guys that you might have even seen in New York, and they've got their Latinas with the fat ass and all that. Have it, brother.
Why not just leave the country then?
I'm not in a position to leave the country yet, financially. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. Got some money, but not enough to really rebuild my life from scratch. I'm saving right now. I'm gonna buy some crypto this week, and I'm gonna start. And then maybe I will be out of the country in another year. One of my good girlfriends, she moved to Kuwait.
Yeah, because I think one thing I've seen with brothers and sisters is that we tend to be very neighborhood focused. Like our horizons tend to be very neighborhood, which made no sense to me. I've lived in Ethiopia, I've lived in Kenya, I've lived in America, I've lived in UK, Italy, France, Japan, and I've experienced all sorts of different kinds of people. Like if you can't find one person that, for example, okay, so actually this sister, I'm gonna correct me when I'm wrong, or if you feel offended, sister, but you're an example of what I was mentioning earlier, is that whenever you're in a situation that you're not the valued norm, for example, you're a beautiful person, right? Now, if for example, this was like a Black majority country where Black beauty was seen as the standard, you would have found a marriage partner easily because you'd have had so many high value people interested in you. Despite that, the whole aspect of whiteness, which is unfortunately in people's minds, because of the access that they think it can give them, that's what's leading them towards that other path. But for example, if you're in a different country where it's mostly us, you'd be the creme de la creme, like, with a little
that or something like that. I'd have been had a banker.
Like she looks better. She looks better than Liko Dangote's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
I would.
Rich black woman.
Dangote is actually probably like if I could catch, that would be a catch for me. If I could get someone.
Well, you could, but you better than his girlfriend. Just broke up with.
He's sewed up, but my thing is like I want a powerful.
No, he's single again.
I want a powerful black businessman. I'm a powerful black businesswoman. I want my equal. I don't want to date someone's teacher, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them, but they have their equal as well. I have mine as well. So that's what it is. Lanes, yes, I have to play in my lane. So yeah, I'll come to North Carolina and I'm open to going other places. I've gotten out of the neighborhood. I was living in Bed-Stuy. I really thought I could build something in that black neighborhood and nothing can happen there. So I left. Now I'm in Miami. It is what it is. I will leave anywhere if I don't get what I want, because ultimately I'm tired of waiting and having people placate me and tell me, oh no, just come work over here. Oh, why don't you come do this? Why don't you help me with this idea? That my brain power, that's all they ever want. All they ever want is access to my ideas and my brain power.
Black people, what happened to? I thought you were going to Mexico. What happened to Mexico? Weren't you going to Mexico for a second? I think you explained why you didn't go though to Mexico.
I'm trying to close on a condo.
Oh, okay.
All my money's going into this condo. The only money I was going to spend was for Sierra Leone, but I really need to do what best benefits me. Putting money into other people's pockets, other people's ventures, as a black woman, that doesn't benefit me. If somebody wants me to come to Mexico, pay the ticket. If you want me to come somewhere, pay the ticket. I'm beautiful enough. Sorry.
Yeah, interesting. Black Beauty, would you be willing to give me your email address?
My email is...
Yeah. Type it on the private chat if you can.
Or you could all have it. It doesn't matter to me. And I also wanted to make a remark. It's so funny. When I was on this show last time with you guys, and I was by the pool and my hair was leaning, and someone said something about my weave was struggling. I laughed at that. You know why? You think that all these people don't know that my hair is 4C under here? I'm a dark-skinned black woman from Jamaica. You think they don't know my hair is nappy? It is a joke when people say things like that. I have to check their mentality. Of course it was struggling. I just came out the pool where I paid $250 a night to be here. The fuck? You want me to take it off for you? You want to see my braids underneath? I am a threat, and I have no more time for games with these people. That's what it is. That's the truth.
Someone called me a simp. No, I'm not a simp. I'm interested in speaking to her more and to see how she thinks, to get different perspectives. Nothing simpy about that at all.
But I do see that a lot of black women have left here. A lot of them have left this country completely. I have a girlfriend she lives in Kuwait. She's married to a Kuwaiti. She's good. They're doing well. So when I can get that bag, I think within a year and a half, I can get out of here. Honestly, by sometime in 2022, I can get out of here. And honestly, one of the real reasons why I don't leave here is my grandmother, a black queen, another Scorpio, just like me. She is 88 years old, and I won't leave here until she goes. So that's it.
Now, so some people might think that, let's say, your character and personality seems a bit too off-putting. What would you say about that?
I don't care what they think.
Okay, see, some of the brothers who called in like maybe African women because they feel that they're more kind of easy to talk to, willing to kind of listen and interact in a nice, peaceful way, and they don't feel that from you.
Anyone who has had the opportunity to live in a comfortable situation, and I'm not talking about money, I'm talking about a situation like you said earlier, where people feel like they're the norm. Any of those women, of course, they're going to have a better disposition than me. I'm from the Bronx, lived in Brooklyn. I am a finance girl, and I'm not gonna keep explaining myself and apologizing for it either. I know someone will choose me, and I'm not really looking to justify what anybody thinks about me. People have to get out of this mentality where they're looking for validation. If you are a strong person and you believe in yourself, the validation will come. It comes every day for me. I'm not worried about what people think. I don't.
Are you a PhD?
I'm not a PhD, and I don't have my master's, but I make money like I do.
Okay. Yeah, because the reason I say this, okay, so obviously, like I said, you're beautiful. Like, people call me a simp for saying the facts. I mean, okay, fine, call me a simp for that.
Which was like a stars high school. The high school
right.
of like Brody, Aaliyah, Nikki. That's the school I went to. That's the kind of caliber of person you're dealing with when you're talking to me. And why I'm saying that is because I learned early to accept critique. That's why I laugh at things. I've been getting critiqued on my artwork, on the things that I've done since I was 10 years old. So criticisms and stuff like that, that is the only way that you can continue to sharpen your skills and become a sharp person. I'm not going to apologize for that.
Right. Okay. So, you're clearly
if the personality is off-putting, then you are supposed to be off-put.
Right, but you see, in a relationship, people don't want to have to deal with that kind of. Because, for example, if you're in finance or if you're in any kind of field that requires you to be assertive, strong, and intelligent, that's good. But in a relationship, that doesn't.
I'm with you, but what I'm saying is, no one knows how a relationship is going to. First of all, I've been in about 4 long-term relationships in my life. I would say 2 of them before I was 25. I wasn't ready to be really locked down or anything like that, and those people didn't have resources, and we were struggling. So that wasn't going to count. But what I will say is that you don't know how a person's going to behave in a relationship until you're in one with them. I'm literally wasting my time going all over this place trying to build relationships with people. And what I'm realizing is that they want something that I cannot deliver. So
and what's that? What do they want from you?
Want white genes.
Oh, okay. The white gene. Okay. Then, fair enough. I mean, if that's the case, why not find someone who's mixed race then? A so-called red bone, whereby they're still black. But... Sorry?
A red bone? What's a red bone?
So-called mixed race person.
Has red bones out here. You mean a light-skinned man?
No, mixed race. Just half white, half black.
I'm not saying it's not any race. What I'm saying is that for me, it's who finds value in me. I can't run behind men. I can only live my life. If someone finds value in me, I will assess him based on his character when he finds that value. But I'm not going to. I didn't come to Miami running behind a man. I came down here to work. I came down here to be a real estate agent. I came down here to buy a little piece of property, just a little one, just a little.
Okay, see, one of my friends is let's say she's like 250 pounds. No, sorry, 270 pounds. She doesn't really have a job, but she's recently got engaged to a surgeon, a cardiac surgeon. And obviously the man's making a lot of money and she doesn't even have a job. And again, like I said, she's 270 pounds. The main difference I would say between her and you is she seems very pleasant, like to kind of have a conversation with, like intellectual conversation. I like you.
I was pleasant 5 years ago when I was engaged. I was pleasant.
Right. So you were pleasant.
I passed away in November and I lost my fiance. I have every right to not be pleasant. And that's exactly what Kala was talking about earlier. It's like you're not allowed to express your full range of emotions in this country. It is always a problem. Every time that I this is the first time I've actually even had this disposition on this channel. Every time I've been on this channel, I've been pretty sunny. Tell me not. Dinus, tell me not. I've been
you have.
Time. Because this topic is serious.
Right, but okay.
Being left behind, and that's okay. I'll pick my own shit up and get.
Right, but you just said that you're 32, and things are. Because for example, right now, again, you're still beautiful, which is good.
Heizo, I'm gonna give you some advice. Stop trying to be a therapist because I don't respect it. Stay in your.
Oh, come on, bro.
Okay.
Come on. No. Come on now. See?
I don't want to be talked to in that manner. I understand.
Brad Beauty, come on. Play nice.
What you think?
Be respectful.
It's not gonna work for me. I'm
telling you. I know this is how I talk. I talk like this to everyone. It's not like Okay, interesting. Yeah, because no, the reason I mentioned it is because Black Beauty again, you're a beautiful woman. Obviously, no one can reject that. But like I said about my friend, I have a friend who's 270 pounds. She's blacker than black. She's as black as my shirt. Right.
Okay, right.
And she's 270 pounds and she's a pleasant woman. She's so kind. She's so nice. She treats her man with respect. She treats me with respect. I mean, she's a wonderful person and she's engaged. She's found a lovely black man, successful cardiac surgeon.
That's
who is
Tell her I send my greatest regards. I appreciate that. Thank you, Kaiser.
Right. Okay, yeah, no problem. But please send your email on the private chat. I would like to speak to you a little bit more.
I think so. I will not be speaking to you directly.
Okay, fair enough.
That was 5 minutes ago when I felt more comfortable. Now I'm uncomfortable. And that's another thing that people have to do in this country. They have to respect when Black women feel uncomfortable. You've made me feel uncomfortable. Do you think I want you to reach out? Let's be real here.
I mean, it's cool. You
It's
made
cool,
your
and
peace.
I'm not even being disrespectful. I'm being 100% honest. You had an opportunity to email me 5 minutes ago when I felt comfortable. Now I don't. So no, you won't. Thank you.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. I have a show about this stuff on my channel. That's why. But anyways,
Okay.
yeah. Thanks a lot. You've given me a lot more insight, and I think everyone listening has definitely got a little bit more understanding.
Okay. All right. Hey, appreciate it. Black Beauty. Anything else you'd like to share in closing? Black Beauty, you leaving now? Okay. All right. Let's bring Sir Will back on. Black Beauty, you gone? You leaving? All right. Okay. All right, Black Beauty. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for joining. All right, sir. All right, Sir Will. Go ahead, Sir Will.
Brother Diners, I'm telling you, man. This sister is the reason why Kara run away from America, man. I'm not talking down the sister.
I'm pleading the fifth on that.
yeah, I know you are, bro. I know you are. But you know, she's a beautiful woman. Obviously, she's educated. She's about her business. But the thing that most of our sisters have to realize is that you cannot be.
Hey, Will, can I say something real quick? Sure.
Yeah,
hey, Will,
go ahead,
say something real quick.
Yeah.
All right, now Black Beauty is very beautiful, right?
Yeah.
But like the thing is, there's so many sisters here in Liberia that I never talk about this, right? My girl's asleep right now, so I thought the women here are so freaking beautiful, right? And like I said, Black women in America, I love them. They're queens and everything. The queens, you know. And I don't know what it's gonna take. I just hope somebody she can find her Liko Dangote, some rich person. She deserves it. I get that. But we can't sit around and be abused waiting on these females who got all these high expectations. Now there's women that look like Black Beauty and 10 times better walking the streets of Liberia that you could talk to and have a conversation with. And you know, and just have a normal conversation with, and I'm like, wow, man, this is like, you know, I know there's something wrong with us being Black in America is a problem, you know.
Yeah,
it's a culture, you know. We and be honest. Let's be honest with ourselves, right? If you're around Wall Street, you're around rich people and everything. There's nothing wrong with aspiring to have better things, but a lot of things are out of the reach of the average person. Because I know brothers that are making $200,000 a year can't find a woman. That's still not enough money. What the hell are you gonna do? Really, that's not the thing. You make $200,000 a year and still can't find nobody. Still, that's not enough. It's ridiculous.
No, the good thing. I'm actually glad that she came because someone said that apparently the brothers on the panel were talking bad about women in America. I think this is a good example of like what you said, why you went to Liberia in this case. Because I have nothing against her. Actually, I like her. I would actually really like to speak to her more, but obviously, the point is like no one really wants to go all the way from work, get back home, and then have to deal with someone who's combative. Like you want to have a peaceful kind of interaction with people, right?
Thank you.
Right. That's the thing. You just want to kind of get home, you talk to someone about some basic stuff, even high level stuff, right? You could be debating about how to build the next business, how to help her out with her dreams, but you can't be there where every other question is contradicting itself, you know, and then the next point, then they get angry if you question deeper onto that same question where they contradicted themselves. It's a hard situation. And I would definitely, personally, again, this is why I said I would mostly, if I'm looking for a wife at that point, go to right. I'm definitely generalizing, right? I'm not talking about everyone. That's not even possible. Like I would say about.
Hold on. I think it's only fair since we're talking about it. Go ahead, Black Beauty. You coming back on? No. Okay, you leaving? Okay, all right. She left.
So here's the thing. She did mention something about a friend being married in Kuwait, right? So I bet you, and I'm willing to put
she's like an expat, like a military person.
Yeah, but she's married to a guy from Kuwait, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I bet you that friend of yours in Kuwait, the way she behaves with her husband is different than the way she was behaving in the States.
Can I ask you something? How do you believe that I behaved with my fiance I was with for 4 years? I was sweet as pie. I've been sweet as pie to all of you the last 5 times I've been on this show. So what I was going to say next, that's why I came back, because I was, going to pick up my food. I decided to come back on this broadcast. What I wanted to say is, well, of course I don't sound peaceful. I'm an uncovered woman. My life is not at peace. So when I do have some coverage, maybe I'll be more pleasant.
Well, my
when you
sister,
say coverage,
maybe,
do you mean money or?
No, I mean,
no.
I'm not talking. And you guys got to stop taking certain things as serious notes. When we talk about Dangote, that's a joke, baby. Like, I'm not
that's a joke. We know that. We know that.
Wait, so how much? What is the minimum requirement for a man, like financially?
Requirement, just be in my lane. I would.
What's that?
Meaning, be an astute business person. You don't necessarily have to be super rich. You don't.
That doesn't really answer the question. Like, what does that mean? Like,
Kaizo, I do agree with you on that one, though. I mean, a woman wants a man who is driven. She wants a man who is ambitious. But here's
well, that's not true, because imagine if he's working in McDonald's, right? He's the most driven McDonald's worker. I don't think she wants that. So that's a lie.
Then be the best worker at McDonald's.
No, that's no. She's not gonna go for the most hardworking.
Hold on. Okay, so we got Black Beauty's here to speak for herself. So, Black Beauty, would you date a driven man that's flipping fries at McDonald's, flipping burgers at McDonald's? Would you?
18 years old. If that would be the advice to my little cousin, if she was 17 years old, if the guy was flipping burgers, I'd say he's ambitious. He, who's going somewhere. But at 32 years old, if you're still flipping burgers, I have to question how ambitious you really are. Are you flipping burgers, Dynast?
No.
Yeah, we're about rather right? So I don't think so.
No.
I'm not trying to come off rude out here. That's not the case.
No. I understand, and even in Africa, right? Mm-hmm. You want your daughter to be married to some guy who knows where he's going, who is ambitious. There's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, there's a limit to that. You don't want somebody who's like overly materialistic.
Yeah, no.
Time you as a woman, you can't come off too either. You can't be too aggressive. The guy said, when we're coming home, like me, I'm a hustler. I'm an engineer, and I got businesses and stuff. I'm not trying to come home to a woman who's gonna be fighting me.
Comes home to me. I know what I'm doing. When my man comes home, I have 2 drawers full of lingerie that every night that my man come home. When I used to consult, when I used to come home, I'd come home in lingerie, and my man would have my meal out and flowers out waiting for me. When I come home, I know how to be a woman. So thank you.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. But the thing is, you say your man has your meal. He has your meal cooked for you, right? Now here's a downer though. Like a guy who is like really successful and stuff like that will probably cook a meal for you on your birthday or something like that. Most of the time, you're gonna be the one cooking the meal.
He didn't cook the meal. He just put it out. Buy the meal. You put it out. It's not that,
Yeah, right. But it doesn't matter. It's like
over the meal. You buy the meal. Monday through Thursday, I'm in Minneapolis. I get home Thursday night. That's a nice thing that he used to do, and so I just give him what he wanted. And to me, that's what marriage is about. And I'm always very pleasant with a man that is invested in me. But what's happening in our community a lot is that for women like me, they see an intelligent woman and they want to use the brain power. They want to ask us about things. They want us to give them business advice, all of these things so that they can reward another woman. And that is a very frustrating point in my life. And so now I've stopped contributing.
Okay, I mean that's kind of typical to a lot of what men go through. It's just life, I guess.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I'm not upset about it. There is a frustration, but I'm not upset about it. It's okay.
Okay, no, but I get it. I'm gonna get called a simp now again, but it's fine. I'm the simp king. But
who's calling you a simp? No one.
People in the chat are calling me a simp. But anyways, so I'm gonna say something simply, but basically, I do kind of understand where you're coming from. So. You basically, because again, I know women generally are attracted to people who they find competent. Because again, like a woman's life is a bit different from a man's life. She's going to get pregnant. There's risk involved. Even
our job. So what are we going to do?
Right. So you have to be able to trust them to look after you.
You can be flipping burgers while I push these babies. I won't push for you.
Right. No, I get that. That actually makes perfect sense. So of course you want someone in the same level as you.
The little girls in our community are stupid because they're doing everything backwards. They're pushing 4 and 5 babies without any coverage.
Yeah, I agree with you. That
working at Target.
Yeah.
How are we gonna survive this community? How like that?
Well, yeah, no, I see your point. You want someone in the same lock as you, someone who can protect you when you're, for example, unable to protect yourself. So someone you can build a life and dynasty. Are you willing to build a dynasty? Because, for example, when I'm looking for finally, for my queen or whatever, I need her. I need us to build something that's going to last forever, like multi-generation.
I tell you what, I understand this sister though. This sister, a woman like a black beauty, what she needs is what we call an alpha male. Because if she doesn't have that, then she's gonna be running all over the place. You need to be a strong man in order to keep her in check. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
And
alphas. I've only dated.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And most of the brothers don't understand that, but that's what we should be doing. We should make sure our sisters, all she needs is somebody to be there and make sure she's protected. And that's what she wants when she's asking for somebody who's ambitious and stuff like that. But at the same time, if you're gonna be married somebody like that, I'm gonna be expecting you to be cooking for me when I come every day. If you don't cook, you can buy some food. I don't care.
But I cook cooking since I was 5 years old. I cook very well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. And that's why you should move overseas, because sometimes the US system is so toxic. Like when you're living overseas, for example, you can have like a maid or something like that, and you can actually afford to have a maid. So if your woman is working, she can tell the maid, "Hey, my husband wants this, my husband wants that." Because if I come home and the food is not ready, guess what? I'm gonna be like, "Hey, woman, what's up?"
In the Caribbean.
What you gonna say, Sir Will? Hey, woman, what's up?
Listen, in the Caribbean, we have helpers. Well-to-do Caribbean, we have
there you
helpers.
go.
They do our laundry. They don't necessarily cook the food, but they do the laundry. They run behind the kid during the day when I'm tired, if I want to take a nap. Yeah. Real, and they don't cook a lot, and they're black.
Yeah, she can. Yeah, but she can cook too. It's okay. But the thing is, at the end of the day, I want the food for my wife. Even if you didn't make it, I want you to follow her, tell her exactly what she should be doing. At least I know that my wife is handling the household. That way, I can focus on hustling for us outside. Now, you can have your job and stuff like that. That's fine. But when it comes down to it,
twice already.
I need to hold you up to your end of the bargain, because as a woman, you also have your job. As a man, I have my job. I have to provide. But as a woman, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I will quit my job. I don't want to work. I'm a consultant. I'm on a 6-month contract, and I'm hoping that I could sell a couple deals, pay off my condo, and not have to get another contract. I quit. I walked out of JP Morgan in 2018. I walked out of the door.
Yep.
I quit. Okay. And then I realized there was nobody to protect me, so I had to go back to work for these people that I hate. I've been working for these corporate people since I was 20 years old. So
I mean, Dan has talked about therapy at the beginning of the show. That's something that we all should be looking into as well.
I've gone to the therapist enough times to ask them. I've asked every time I gone. I've gone right after my fiance passed. I went a couple of years before that when I was having a little bit of an emotional time.
Yeah.
And time I sit there and I say, "Yo, am I crazy?" And they're like, "No, you're not crazy. You're just doing a lot."
Yeah. No, I hear you. I feel your pain.
No,
I think it comes. I think it comes from a lot of.
I'll be living on welfare. If I don't do a lot, I'll be living on welfare. Of course, I'm doing a lot. Somebody come do something for me so I could lay up and have these babies and make this food and do my makeup every day so I won't have pimples on my face, stressing out over somebody's sprint calendar. I don't care.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, we don't want you to be like filing. Most of the divorces are being filed by women these days, right?
Listen. So I brought that up in the chat room.
Yeah.
And Miss Lisa Presley, our resident. Let me stop. I'm gonna be nice. She's like, well, they giving us reason to file divorce. And like you don't understand, Sir Will, the number of women I sat down and asked. I said, "Hey, you were married, you got divorced. Why did you get divorced?" The vague and abstract reasons that I got, I was so shocked. Like, not he's cheated on me. He was physically abusive. It was just like, oh, it's just you know. I was like, huh? You divorced her for that?
Only lady in my family. My aunt is the only lady in my family who's been married like 3 times. All the other ladies, they're still with their partner or they died with their partner.
Yeah, I think that's a different generation though. The current one is.
It shocks me because she's in that generation that she's had so many marriages. Because she's in that generation, it shocks me. But you know why she got a divorce? Why she filed her divorce? Because the sex wasn't good enough. But my Uncle Clement bought 2 brownstones for her. She had alimony and everything until she married that Belizean, and then she lost everything. Just to have
say that. I want you to. Okay, so why did she divorce her first husband again?
Exactly. This is a good story.
Say it again. Why did she divorce her first husband again?
Because her first husband, my Uncle Clement, who she had her baby with, and he had 2 brownstones on Convent Avenue, 147. They just sold them 2 years ago, actually. And literally, she lost her alimony about 4 or 5 years ago because he was getting sickly. She didn't want to take care of him, and he couldn't have sex the way that she liked. Dummy. She was a dummy.
Yeah, but the thing is, this is the thing. This is like, Sir Will, a girl told me, I would rather be in a toxic relationship with great sex than a good relationship with a good man with bad sex.
I think that's stupid.
She told me that. I was like, huh?
But here's the deal, though. Here's the deal. It's hard to have it both ways because guess what? When I'm traveling, when I'm going to Azerbaijan and all those things, and I'm coming back, I'm gonna give you the best as I can, but sometimes I'm gonna be tired.
You're busy. You're tired.
You know what I'm saying? There's no man who's gonna be like working all the time, who's gonna be like giving you the best sex 24/7, unless it's a Pookie and Rere who's not doing nothing.
I agree with you. Powerful men.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's sex. This man gave my aunt everything. She was getting alimony forever, and then she got with some broke Belizean with some light green eyes and had her a good old time and lost her alimony, dummy. Then she asking me to marry. You are not the blueprint for me. Stay in your lane. That's how I feel about, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's the thing. So marriage is all about. It's a give and take. You can't have it 100%, and that's what you find out in therapy. And a good therapist will tell you this: is that communication is the key. If you're not having the best sex, you guys can come up with ways to make it work or whatnot. Same thing as like financially, you guys can come up with ways, but nobody should be calling it quits like at like the first go or whatever. And that's the problem nowadays, especially in the U.S. society, where you have more women filing for divorce because for some odd reason, and that's the issue. Like in Africa, for example,
all these women are getting.
I'll give you another example. One of my cousins, right? One of my cousins, he wanted to divorce his wife, and his wife went to talk to my uncle. My uncle took his wife, and they went to talk to my cousin. They were like, "Hey, man, don't leave her. Whatever you do, you better not leave her." They talk some sense into it.
They reinforce the relationship.
You know?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. They reinforced the relationship.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they did not divorce because there is some type of outside pressure of somebody of authority who was able to talk some sense into the guy.
Why'd you post that? Why'd you post that, Dinah? That is
you know,
go ahead, continue.
Oh my God, you got that. Yeah. So, but the thing is, I'm coming back on talking. But the thing is, you know, I understand this sister. She's probably been hurt, and I think it's a great thing that she came online today because a lot of sisters in the U.S. are going through the same issue. They don't have any strong men to depend upon anymore, so it makes them becoming more masculine.
Yeah,
and that thing is and it's a huge turn off. I mean, if you listen to Kevin Samuel shows all the time, you're gonna hear that. Is that, you know, it's a huge turn off, but sometimes it's like a defense mechanism because they've been let down so much. But at the same time, life is what in life.
I know.
You get down.
Life is life. What I would say is, I think the hurt comes from the fact that I had fun, and I didn't. That person didn't walk out of my life. That person didn't disappear. That person died, and that messed up everything for me because I literally had everything lined. And that to me is what really disappoints me, because now I'm out here looking for something that I know doesn't exist. It barely existed then. When I got into that relationship, I was down. I had came back from Trinidad. I was playing math, and I was like, I'm never going to find love. Never. And I was supposed to go out on this date with this nice, black guy who wanted to take me. It was 4th of July, and there was some big party upstate in Connecticut or something. And he was supposed to take me to this party. Then he calls me 4th of July, and he's like, I'm going to this party. I'm going to see you. So he flat left me on 4th of July, this guy. And then I just ended up going downstairs to my neighbor's house to have a drink. And that's when I met my fiance, literally. And from that first night that he met me, he never left my side. He got me an apartment. I didn't have any money. He helped me get a car. He helped me do everything. And he wasn't even a black man. And that just showed me that, like, yo, what am I going to do out here? Like, I need someone to protect me. It doesn't matter what color he is. It doesn't. I cannot.
That's where I'm not going to go along with you on this one, because I think, there's enough black men that if you basically don't close the door to black men.
Move around. That's what it is. Like you said, I have to move around. I'm going to hang out in North.
Well, move around, but stay black, girl. I mean, come on.
Of course. I came down here thinking, but then what I realized is that I need to go to a black town because I'm competing against Latinas, and they like Latinas more than they like us. So maybe when I go to North Carolina, or I go to another more, black town, like even where Dynas is from is more black, Sacramento. I have a lot of friends over there. And that to me is probably what I need. I need to get out. I need to go to, that's why I've left New York. Like I need to expand.
Can I give you the best advice though?
Sure.
Okay. Try your best to get along with like an older man or something like that. No. Hear me out. Try to get along with an older man who is gonna hook you up to somebody your age. And believe me, somebody is gonna hook you up to somebody who is trustworthy enough, whereas he can find the best guy for you. I say that because I've been there. I hooked up my friend of mine, a very good friend of mine. She's a wonderful girl, and she was single. And guess what? I told her, I said, hey, I'm gonna hook you up to a friend of mine. And guess what? I talked to the friend of mine. And I was like, hey, she's a nice girl. You better not fuck up. Pardon my French, by the way. Yeah. You better not mess up. And guess what? It's been about 8 years, and these two are still married down in Houston, Texas. You know what I mean? Find somebody who's trustworthy to hook you up. Don't go online finding any man. Don't go on
I don't have
plenty of fish or whatnot. Just find somebody who's trustworthy, who's gonna hook you up with somebody who is nice and that we can vouch for that person. People don't say it up, but most of those marriages that were arranged marriage last long. Why? It's not because of this or that. It's because the parents were able to find the best mate for each people, and if something happened, both of them can put enough pressure on the couple for them to work it out.
I think we need that in our community arranged marriages. Actually, I see that they work for other people's communities.
Yeah, they do. Indians, they work for Indians.
The Dashis and the Guyanese and the Jewish people and everybody. Everybody, kids is married and happy. So it works. Yeah. Really start doing more of that. And I know that African cultures, they do that. So we really need to bring that back. That would work, at least for the next generations. For me, I got to do what I got to do. But at the end of the day, for the next girls coming up, they need. Also, another thing that I always say when I come on the show is they never taught us. They never taught us how to be nice, beautiful, and acceptable, and tolerable, and non-complainative women. If you had a nice woman in your family who could teach you that, you were lucky.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, they didn't teach us that. And I'm not saying it was their responsibility to. It was my mother's responsibility too. My mother was on drugs. Yeah. She just died in November.
No. I mean, stuff happened, but the thing is, the U.S. system is toxic.
So what I've learned is to be in order to be perceived a certain way, I have to keep my beauty up. I have to keep up with my body, my face, and my appearance, because I know that I have a rough kind of personality. So yes, I work against it all the time, and this is how I work against it.
Well, you have a rough personality, but you can work on it. We all can work on that thing.
I do
work on it
too. Me coming back to this live is proof that I work on it, because I could have.
There you go. There you go. I think you just went through a lot of stuff, and like a lot of women that I've met, I think that you definitely have something nice inside, but you just have to let it out. Stop being so masculine and stop being.
Would you marry her, Sawil?
What?
Would you marry her?
Of course, I'll marry her and I'll straighten her. That's for sure. You know, I will do that.
Thank you all for being.
Yeah, I will do that. I think that she needs a strong man. If she has a strong man who can give her a spot, she's gonna fit right into a spot, and she's not gonna give you a hard time.
Are you a strong man?
Oh, I'm what you call an alpha man.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm definitely not alpha. I'm a sigma. That's the best one.
No. Yeah, I have a few sigma friends, but yeah, I mean, it's all good. We have our responsibilities as black men as well, and sometimes we want to blame women all the time. We have to take our responsibilities as well, but women also, they have to get out of that toxic environment. Take your, travel. Hey, Dennis is going to Sierra Leone. Why don't you go with him to Sierra Leone?
Sierra Leone. I personally think that for my budget, I really should reserve my own energy for myself right now.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can do that, but I'm
gonna give a deposit, but what I realized over the last couple of years is that I think Dynast, he is doing something that's really, really big, and aligning myself to him is not going to really help me. What's going to help?
No, I'm not saying align yourself to Dynast. Yeah. I'm saying that, hop onto his train, and who knows who you're going to meet.
So what I'm saying is, yeah, I agree with you, but since there's no alignment of myself to Dynast, then to be honest with you, I could wait. I could go to the next trip. It's not that deep.
Oh, there you go. Okay, yeah. Then that's cool.
I could wait. I have a condo to buy and crypto to buy. What's the point of a place that's not going anywhere? I want to go to Africa, but I also need to have some money to get there. So, that's got this new position in December. I've saved up a good little chunk of money, and I'm doing all right. I got
Yeah. You said you're about to go to North Carolina and stuff. I mean, there's a lot of good brothers out there. I have a few friends. But the thing is,
about to go, but I will go. And
just go. Don't run away from black men or whatever, and go date some other guys, because that's. Hey, I have like an ex-girlfriend from college. She settled and she ended up married a white guy, and that's why I'm saying that, because I know that when you sisters give up, that's what you guys gonna do. I hope you don't do that, because
metropolitan cities, sometimes our black men are not really in the best positions. So when they're pitted against someone else doing way better, that's also what's happening. Because the cities you're referencing and the places you're telling me to go, they're not necessarily the biggest metropolitan cities. And I've only been a metropolitan city girl. I spent most of my time between New York, Cal, and then I'm down here in Miami. So that's another thing. Like, I should put myself in more smaller communities with some bigger fish in the pond.
Yeah, but hey, what we'll do, we'll go ahead and close out. Let's see here. We'll start with Black Beauty. We'll start with you. We'll go ahead and close out. Go ahead.
What do you want me to say?
Would you say whatever you want to say in closing? The mic is yours. Whatever you want to say in closing, Black Beauty. Go ahead.
Well, what I really do want to say is, like, for us as Black women and as Black people and Black men, Black women, Black people, we have to stop criticizing each other so much. I think that does us a disservice. Us critiquing one another is not necessarily, if we're critiquing for the purpose of doing better in life, yes, but to just start tearing each other down, that's getting old. I think sometimes we can't just have one conversation with a person and learn the totality of them. I'm a very complex person, so this one video can't reflect anything. And that's something that we have to be more considerate about, just understanding people on a deeper level. If you really care about your community, you will try to understand. If you really care about the Black woman, you will try to understand her plight. You understand? There are women like me out there. Now, what happens when they have 2 or 3 kids attached to them? You're telling me they're invaluable? I don't believe it. So that's all I have to say.
Okay. Thank you, Black Beauty. Thank you so much for joining us. Sir Will, go ahead, Sir Will.
Yeah, I mean, hey, sister, I love you regardless. I love all my sisters, and I want you guys to find love. I want you guys to find a great guy. I don't want you guys to swirl. We have enough swirling right now, so I can stand that. But the thing is, you guys have to know your place in a relationship. The woman is not supposed to be emasculating the man. She's not supposed to be the man in a relationship. Regardless of what the U.S. system is making you believe, you are the woman. It doesn't mean that you are less of a value. It means that you are equal but different. A man is supposed to be the leader, but guess what? No leader can lead without his queen by his side. So you guys have to know your role. Men have to know their role, but you guys should stop emasculating men and being so damn aggressive. But I love you guys, and hey, Dana, thanks for the show tonight, man, and congrats to Kala again.
All right, no problem. Thank you, brother. Keizo, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, interesting show today. My comment here is basically whoever you are, man, woman, or anyone else, if you want to find happiness, figure out what's causing you all the problems in your life. If you can't find the thing that you're looking for in one place, go and do a bit of traveling, get a passport, travel the world, see different things from different perspectives. I mean, if you're still holding out for a more traditional kind of relationship, there's more places that are not westernized as much, so you're going to find it. But even then, you got to kind of just accept that some things won't work out exactly the way you planned them. So always have that in the back of your mind and just live life. Find a problem, find a solution, and then act on it.
All right, brother. We appreciate you coming on. Everyone, thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time, family, Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru. Peace.